and then we'll go.
Let's do it.
Here we go. I hate this music. And roll sound. Welcome to the official podcast of Solar Flight Productions and SolarFlightPro.com. This is the show where we talk about movies, TV shows, and the news. There's a lot of stuff going on this week, but first off, we have to take care of some business because it's your birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, it is my birthday.
Yeah.
What's up, dudes?
So, sorry I made you work on your birthday.
It's okay.
Didn't know it would be a Monday when I originally scheduled these things.
It's a weird day to have a birthday, let's be honest.
It is. My birthday every 7 to 9 years falls on Thanksgiving. And I'm going to be honest, it plays second fiddle to the turkey at my house.
I bet.
So. Well, happy birthday, man. I'm glad to have you here and to spend a little time talking about random stupid stuff with you to celebrate the fact that you have not died for yet another year.
Hooray.
Yep. All right, so we're going to talk about movies and TVs and the news and all that stuff. I've got so much news to get into. And for those of you who are listening to this on Apple Podcast or wherever you get your podcast, just know there's also a way for you to watch this. We're now streaming online at twitch.tv/rollsoundpod. And one of the things that all the people who are hanging out with us here are going to see that you're not is actually the headlines of the news, so that they can keep track of what the heck is going on in the show.
Hey, there you go.
So first off, we've got a little bit of news that comes from, I don't want to say someone near and dear to my heart, because it's not. The first thing is that the new Doom movie has been delayed, mostly so that they can work on the CGI for Hell.
Yeah.
So they're making Hell much better for us. And that's why it's been delayed. So yeah, Dread Central is reporting the reboot is being pushed back to give the filmmakers more time to refine the VFX for a Hell sequence. They quote a source close to the production who states that the studio is happy with how the project is progressing and that the delay will allow them to, quote, use a broader VFX brush to really make Hell awesome. Don't know what that means, but okay. They also said the story of the scene itself isn't changing, but they are, quote, enhancing the location and doing some pickup photography that supports the original vision of the scene. So, and I mean, pickup shoots and stuff are not unheard of, in any medium at this point.
Yeah.
There's always stuff where you're going back and just going, we forgot this little piece.
And tweak that, and tweak this.
Yeah, and if, you've had to do a pickup shoot with me before.
I was there.
Mm-hmm. Because you were in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the new Doom movie that's happening, and it's coming for you loud and proud with as much hell as possible.
Yeah.
Literally, I wasn't cursing.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So
what's next?
So the next piece of news is about Glass. So the Glass in its second weekend has had a much larger decline in ticket sales than Split did in its second weekend. So basically, the thing about it is that. Movies always have big opening weekend, or that's their biggest weekend. They always have a big opening weekend, but they have a big boom at the start and then it kind of tapers off. But most movies, if they're liked, will taper off anywhere between like 35 to 45% if there's good word of mouth. Glass has not fared so well. So it's a 52.8% drop in its second weekend, mostly because of poor word of mouth.
Yeah.
And
or everybody watched it already.
Yeah, or that. Everyone who might have cared. So according to the box office mojo, Glass earned $19 million in its second weekend, raising its domestic total to $73.5 million. So worldwide, Glass is now up to $162.6 million, which...
That's way past its budget, yeah.
Yeah, it's $20 million. I'm going to say they probably spent $50 on marketing for the movie. It was everywhere for a little bit.
It was everywhere.
Like for 3 days.
Yeah.
So they put a lot of money into that. It's definitely profitable, but it is still kind of a like, oh, that's a big drop off because a lot of people were going, what?
Yeah, probably.
And as far as I know, that's the only appropriate response.
Yeah.
To the end of that film. So
that's true.
Yep. All right. So next up, this will be something that will excite a lot of people. There's now a Princess Diaries 3 script.
Princess Diaries 3. Do they know how old Ann Coulter is?
Ann Coulter?
Wait, what's her name?
You mean Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway is?
No, Ann Coulter's replacing Anne Hathaway. You heard it first here.
Yo, Anne Hathaway is old as freaking balls, bro.
Is
she?
I
guess she's a queen now.
Okay, when you say queen, what exactly do you mean by that? A queen of cinema?
No, in Princess Diaries, at the end of the second movie, it was all about her getting ready to be a queen.
You would think I'd be able to draw that from context.
I don't know. I can say Anne Hathaway, she looks better older. Like, she's a good-looking chick.
Yeah, I think she's definitely aged very gracefully.
Yeah, because she plays the roles of, this is supposed to be an attractive person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a tough role to play, I'd assume. Unless you're, like, you know, like someone who's just, like, hot.
Yeah.
But she was
I mean, it's
like,
tough for me, for sure. Unless they need just, like, a neutrally attractive youth pastor from a Baptist church.
Neutrally attractive. Yeah, no. But, yeah.
What makes a man turn neutral? I used to be able to do it better as Zach Brannigan. Oh, well.
That's okay.
Well, according to Entertainment Tonight, Hathaway actually broke the news that the script for Princess Diaries 3 is finished on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
Hathaway was asked about the rumor that a third film was in the works, and the actress answered in the affirmative, saying, quote, "There is a script for the third movie. There is a script." She went on to reveal that she, Julie Andrews, who plays her grandmother in the film, and producer Deborah Martin Chase are also interested in the project. Basically, she said, "I want to do it. Julie wants to do it. Deborah Martin Chase, our producer, wants to do it. We all really want it to happen."
So they just need to, like, find money or something? I don't get it.
Yeah, I guess you would just need to get funding, but like, you also have to convince Disney to do it again.
Oh, yeah, Disney.
So...
And Disney doesn't like old people.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably like, sorry.
I've heard they've killed many seniors just sneaking into retirement homes
Probably.
at night.
I can see them saying no to this and then rebooting it, but with a new main character that's not Anne Hathaway. Like, with, like, a 12-year-old.
Yeah, I like... The question is, if Julie Andrews is going to be in it, it's got to be about succession. It's got to be about her stepping down. Would they kill her, though?
Oh, I mean, they wouldn't kill... I mean, Disney's killed people before, but not in live action. Like,
well, yeah, all those old people. We've already established
that.
Yeah,
exactly. No, I mean, it'd just be like another Princess Diaries. Like, I have a feeling if they do another one and Disney says yes, they're bringing in a new, younger lead. Even though Anne Hathaway's a huge actress, I don't know why they wouldn't want to jump at that, but still.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested to see kind of where they would take it, but the bringing in another step without this being just Succession is kind of a, like, I don't know, it feels overcomplicated to me.
Hey.
How much time are we going to spend talking about Princess Diaries 3?
Not a lot, because it's not even... It might not even happen.
It might not, yeah. So let's talk about something that definitely is happening. Morbius, the Spider-Man spinoff, has been confirmed for 2020, July 2020, excuse me.
Morbius? What's
Morbius, the Living Vampire. So this is the one with Jared Leto playing Morbius. So, yeah, the Hollywood Reporter's Aaron Couch, unfortunate name, shared the news that Sony has given Morbius a July 31st, 2020 release date. The studio previously staked out the state for an untitled Marvel movie, and it was believed at the time that was done that it would be Morbius, and so that's all been confirmed. And if you're just listening to this, if you're not watching the stream, you're missing out on very much. If you've ever wondered what Ian's tongue looks like, you could know.
Yeah.
All right, so next little bit of news. This actually is related. So Doctor Who's Matt Smith is going to be in Morbius.
Oh.
According to Variety, Smith is reportedly in the last rounds of talks for what appears to be a major role in the film. It's currently unclear what role Smith is being considered for, nor has there been any information released about this. So essentially what we have is just, yeah, he's in it. He might be Morbius's villain, Loxias Crown.
Yeah.
Which I'm not familiar with. I was going to look him up, but then it was 2 a.m, and I went, I have to be up at 6, so I don't care.
You know what I was doing at 2 a.m? I was saying, I don't get to sleep tonight. Stop being a freaking...
What time did you get up yesterday, though?
12. Made a YouTube video.
Okay. I wasn't up that much earlier before you, like 9.
Wow.
Yeah. Look, I'm a weak man. I accept that.
That's okay.
Us youth pastors need our we need our beauty sleep.
That's all right.
So, yeah, there's the news arrived mere weeks before principal photography is scheduled to start in February, though. So,
cool.
I mean, they're about to get right on this, so I'm sure we'll hear more information as this goes on. I'm interested to see if they do most of his vampire effects practically, or if they'll just CG it. It's Sony, so I feel like they might not. Yeah. They might not have like the same VFX budget.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. After Into the Spider-Verse did so well, I think they're probably feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, we got to go all out with all the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Spider.
They'll screw everything else up.
Oh, yeah.
But that franchise will stay pretty good, I'm sure.
We'll see.
So, all right, next bit of news. Let's talk about John Cena. So he's going to be in a new comedy directed by Jason Bateman for Netflix. The Hollywood Reporter reports, that's really hard to say, that Cena will star in a currently untitled Netflix action comedy movie set to be directed by Jason Bateman. The film's plot centers on a family that happens to be trapped inside an abandoned film studio when the old movie sets somehow come to life.
Didn't they make a movie like that, but it was a museum?
Yeah, it was called Night at the Museum.
No. Like a family. I can't think of it. It had Eddie Murphy in it.
Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Night at the Museum, yeah, but it was just one guy. It wasn't a whole family. That's why.
Right, yeah.
Haunted Mansion.
I forgot about Haunted Mansion.
Me too.
I remember getting McDonald's toys for Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
And
it's a pretty big
never
deal.
seeing the movie.
Really? I watched some of the movie. I can't remember it. What I can say is John Cena did great in Blockers, so I'm excited.
I still haven't seen it, but I figured this news would put a smile on your face.
Yeah, he was so good. So I don't know about the action, but I mean, when it comes to comedy, I mean, he's got something.
Yeah.
Especially if he's a dad.
I think if he's in a really goofy movie, he works.
Yeah, like it works.
I was rewatching a review from I Hate Everything last night of the Fred movie trilogy, and look, those movies are terrible. You shouldn't watch them, but John Cena, his scenes are actually kind of interesting in them.
Was he a dad?
Yes.
Dude.
He was Fred's imagined dad because his real dad abandoned him.
Oh, okay. Dude, he's a funny dad.
Those are kids' movies, apparently, according to Nickelodeon, and they are... I mean, his mother is like a prostitute or something. Like, it's all types of horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was the mind of Fred, which was... It was disturbed because it was Fred. That's what happens when you give someone from YouTube a platform.
I'm really glad that we have moved on to being able to just have, Game Grumps and Linus Tech Tips and not. There's
still some weird YouTube channels out there.
I know,
they just aren't on the forefront anymore.
That's the thing that makes me happy. So, all right, here we go. Let's talk about one more thing here. So there has been news that Christopher Nolan has a movie that's been announced. We don't know what it's about. But
Batman.
It is being... no, it's not going to be Batman. he's done with Batman. He killed him. He was like, you're dead. I nuked you.
Yeah.
Or did I?
No
spoilers.
Question mark.
I've been accused of spoiling things without knowing, so I'm not spoiling that one.
Stop spoiling stuff.
I don't.
What's wrong with you?
I've just been accused of it.
2019.
I just want to reach across here and slap you every time you say that to me.
For telling you what year it is?
Yes, I know what year it is, but that's not an argument for why I would or would not be accused of ruining things.
Okay.
I require more argumenting. All right. So the Hollywood Reporter reports that Warner Brothers has given Nolan's mysterious next project a July 17th, 2020 release date. So we'll see if Morbius can hold up 3 weeks after that movie comes out.
Nolan's going to go ham. And it's an action movie because it's releasing in the summer. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. And pretty much everything that Nolan's done, with the exception of Interstellar, has been like a summer release. So,
yeah.
I mean, Warner Brothers is like, they're going to give him prime time. They don't want him to go to another studio.
Exactly.
They can't handle it if he does, because all they have left then is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and... some monster movies that star Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's Universal.
Oh, yeah.
Warner Brothers has nothing.
They got nothing.
Nothing.
They got nothing. I've been seeing WB around a lot more, but I can't remember for what.
Or if it was any good?
It's more upcoming stuff. But, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk to chat for a little bit. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yo, what up, champ?
So let's look back through some of this stuff. The one as shouldn't hell be worse? Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on. The one said, split hats, some dude eat some chick stomachs and crush an old lady. I wouldn't be surprised if people were disturbed. It wasn't the fact that with Glass, it wasn't that it was disturbing. If anything, it was the opposite of that. It was just kind of, what?
Yeah.
And also, why? And
what? Why? Huh?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan, stop making me listen to this guy tell someone else about vitamin D. Let me move on with my life.
What can you do, man?
I could have not watched it.
Oh, we could have not watched it?
Oh, no, that's not an option. I say that, but it's a joke. It's not true.
Yeah. Aquaman was okay. I enjoyed Aquaman.
Aquaman was a movie, and that's all I'll say about
this
that.
dude liked Bumblebee more than he liked Aquaman. What is wrong with you?
Because I like robots and not just fish dudes.
Fish dudes having one-on-one ritual combat.
The fish dudes. I'm sticking with it, dang it.
Hey, let's just say at the end of Aquaman, I would have rather have been Aquaman than freaking Bumblebee. I'm just saying.
I would have rather have been Charlie, because that would mean I wouldn't have to actually do anything.
Literally useless.
Vivi says, I've watched all the YouTube things like Everything Wrong with Split and all that jazz. Look, I like the Everything Wrong with Channel. Cinema Sins is entertaining, but you can't take it as actual criticism. One, because that's not what they intend it to be in a lot of cases. If you listen to their podcast, that's not exactly what they're really getting at. But two, because if you take that as actual criticism, you'll never enjoy a movie.
True. Yo, what up, Butter? Yo, Bevy, you didn't beat me in for honor. You got lucky, and I let you win.
So you're lucky he let you win is basically what he's saying.
Exactly. Yeah, Anne Hathaway's 36. She's old as balls.
That's not that old.
36?
You're only 9 years away from that.
19.
Oh, yeah. I'm not good at math. I was homeschooled. So.
You were homeschooled. I'll forgive you this time.
Thank you.
I'm Aqua Team as well. Thank you, Ariel.
Ariel, it's okay to be wrong. That's all I'm saying. So
it is okay to be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Good for you. Chocolate Love says, did this guy just call the king of the sea fish man? I think I said fished guy, but we'll have to check the record.
Yeah.
Scroll up and find my Dragon Ball team. Oh, yeah, no, I saw it, and my mom is not a part of your Dragon Ball team. I saw the one, I just ignored you.
That's funny. Yeah, they do say that fits you.
They keep saying it over and over. We're not movie critics, we're just a bunch of a-holes on YouTube. It's true. They are.
Yeah.
But so are we.
You know what's better than everything wrong with? Honest trailers.
Honest trailers.
If you watch honest trailers, that's like, it's honest trailers. Because I actually watched the honest trailer for Predator.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Is it as bad as I told you it was?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And they made it seem bad.
They made it look good.
Uh-huh.
I watched it too. I was like, this is totally unfair. They're being too nice to this film.
He came to chew bubble gum and kick, and he's almost out of... Nope, he still has.
Okay, he's just here to kick butt. Oh, that's right. He just has the bubble gum. I forgot about that.
He's only here to shoot his head off.
Dude, in the movie, like, you don't even... There's so much stuff going on in that scene. You don't even realize till like 10 seconds after, oh, wait, that was Sterling K. Brown getting his head shot off. Mm-hmm. Couldn't even register with all the other craziness.
Yeah. What happened there again? They made him feel like he was the enemy, and then like he shot himself, or...
No, the gun just automatically attacks when it's threatened, and I guess like the neural interface wasn't programmed to... I don't know. It's not explained. He just dies.
He felt threatened and it just shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a threat to himself.
Who knows?
I don't know, man.
Alita Battle Angel better be Pog. It should be good.
I'm optimistically pessimistic.
Yeah. I mean the lead role anti-villain, or what's his name, or antagonist is a good actor. I've been seeing him in a lot of stuff recently.
Are you talking about the guy who builds Alita?
No.
Who are you talking about then?
The black guy.
Oh, is that not Wesley Snipes?
No, that's not Wesley Snipes.
Okay.
No.
My bad.
What's wrong with you?
I guess I just heard that Wesley Snipes was released from jail and went, okay, I'm looking for him.
We're ready for it, Wesley. I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. What else has he been in? Was he in Moonlight?
He was in Moonlight, and he was in a movie we watched recently. But I can't remember.
We've watched a few.
Yeah.
He's not just some black guy. Who said that?
No one said he's just some black guy. We just don't know his name.
I just said it was someone he wasn't.
Wow.
He's a guy whose name I don't remember. Yeah.
Can't wait for the new Blade movie. Is there a new Blade movie?
I have heard nothing about this. Chocolate Love, would you please enlighten us?
That would be great. What we're waiting for is the new Spawn movie.
There was some news about that a couple weeks ago, but it was essentially just, yep, they're working on it. So I didn't report on it.
I'm still excited. Like, as long as it's still in the works, I'm excited about it because Spawn is a good movie. Have you watched the OG yet?
I still haven't, no.
It's quite the roller coaster of a movie.
The last 3 weeks of my life have been eaten up entirely in making sure that this looks like it actually has frames. So
Hey, you did a good job, okay?
It works.
You did good for what you got.
And I can capture game footage and do that at the same time. So
that's pretty impressive.
I just can't run a web browser at the same time. So,
that sucks.
It's just it's not because I don't have enough power in the CPU.
Yeah.
It's because Mac OS and OBS don't play very well.
Just don't mix.
It's just a software thing.
It's true.
Yeah. So
it's true. You'd have to use XSplit, which you have to pay for XSplit, so it's not worth it.
Yep. And I looked at it and I went,
nope.
This show's not good enough for that.
Yep, pretty much.
Actually, this morning our sound.
Garrett, I can't do that right now.
I'll see myself out.
So the OG hasn't aged very well. I mean, there's a lot of special effects, and a movie from the 90s, I doubt it's going to look good.
I've heard the Spawn cape is kind of like a mess when you look at it. You're like, what?
Yeah, looking at it now, I can already tell, like, having not seen it in, like, 15 years, I can already, like, see, it's probably not going to look the greatest. But that with some updated, like, the story, though, was solid.
Yeah. I need to see it. There's a bunch of stuff I need to see.
Yeah.
Who summoned Siri? I guess
watched...
I just bent my wrist enough to activate my watch.
What's wrong with you? Have you watched the first 2 John Wicks yet?
No. I was making this look like this.
2 minutes, brother.
No, not on a Mac. Not on a Mac. I swear to... I had to change a setting that was hidden under an advanced setting with a separate drop-down menu that you couldn't even find unless you enabled some other option. It wouldn't even pop up. And so it took me a long time to get this working.
What's wrong with you?
It's not a Roll Sound podcast unless Garrett's Siri chimes in. You are correct.
Actually, it does
Taint Butter.
Pretty often. It's an interesting name.
It's a great name. Michael J. White. Okay. Is that the guy we were talking about earlier?
I don't know.
Ian, I need you to help me here.
What do you want me to do?
Is that the guy that we talked about earlier?
I don't know. I don't know his name.
You're not being very helpful. I watched trailer for Alita. So Pinocchio, but in future. See. Also, the girl who plays Alita, I believe her name is Rosa Salazar. She was in Bird Box. She was the girl screaming, "I'm a cop," and then that was never a thing in the movie. And then she left halfway through.
That was her?
Yep.
Oh, she's the girl who left with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then just never was heard of again. Interesting. Well, we got to see her half naked. Wow.
And now you'll get to see her completely animated.
Yeah. There you go.
So, Bird
he
Box.
plays Spawn. Oh, my bad.
Who plays Spawn?
Michael
My
J,
bad. I get it.
I know who that actor is now because he's a very distinct person.
Bird Box. What was that again? It was that movie where everyone was blindfolded and then people crashed their cars because idiots are allowed to drive. What? That's the plot of the movie. It started a Twitter thing. It was nothing more than that.
This guy. Start the podcast back up.
All right, so let's get back into the show, guys.
Start ignoring chat again.
I'm not ignoring chat.
We don't need them.
But after I hit this M, I will be. Okay, so more news. So much news. We're going to news the heck out of this thing.
News it up.
You know what I mean? Yeah?
Let's do it.
Cool. Let's talk about the next bit of news, which is that MoviePass can't figure out businessing.
Still with MoviePass?
MoviePass, I love that. Look, if you're a longtime listener of the show, you know that one of my favorite things to talk about in the whole world is MoviePass.
Oh my god!
Because they are more unstable than Ben Affleck is when he's trying to decide if he would be Batman or not.
I mean,
they Batfleck more than Batfleck himself.
Is that true? Well, I don't get it because they just keep on changing their business model.
I know, and that's the thing. It reeks of desperation at every turn. So This is definitely the most desperate I think they've been. So per Variety, MoviePass wants to revive the unlimited plan in some way, quote, next week. And when I say desperate, it's like MoviePass always does something and go, yeah, we're doing this next week. It's like,
we're doing it in the next 24 hours.
Most people give like a 3-month heads up before they do a major change in their service. And MoviePass is just like, I don't know, try this, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they changed it like 8 times in 3 months.
It's absolute insanity. So
you do.
Many details are unknown at this point, but I'm sure they'll be coming soon if they're going to make the change. next week.
Yep.
But yeah, the idea behind it is to let people see as many movies as they wanted each month, like the original movie pass.
But now they probably just have a different price point.
But now it's a new idea.
I couldn't tell you.
Just a horrible travesty of a business. I hope that people don't lose their jobs. I mean, honest to God, I don't want people to lose their jobs.
How many people can possibly be working at a place like that, though?
When you have lied to your investors and gotten a whole bunch of cash in, yeah, still probably like 4.
Yeah, I might say you
but
don't
hey,
need a
those
lot.
4 people probably don't make a lot of money scalping tickets.
I doubt it.
Their families need something to eat.
Probably.
They're probably eating movie passes. Just subscription cards. Wow, I'm just getting bullied around here. All right, let's go on.
That was terrible.
Black Widow's going to begin filming in February.
Next.
So the Geek Watch Weekly now reports that director Kate Shortland, Scarlett Johansson, and company will start filming the long-awaited Black Widow on February 28th. The film is expected to shoot in Croatia and Miami, and the production is expected to run through March, which is, I mean, that's like 4 weeks to shoot a movie.
Pretty much.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean, you know, it's Black Widow. It's not going to be...
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah. Let's sexualize her. Now, let's have her do something awesome.
That was my question, is are they going to do Sexy Beach thing?
Probably. They're in Miami.
But that's the thing, is like, Black Widow hasn't... Maybe in Iron Man 2, but the rest of them, she hasn't been too over-sexualized. Like, there's been some butt shots because Joss Whedon's a creep. But,
yeah.
But generally speaking, like, she's treated as an actual character. Mm-hmm. And Miami just feels like, I don't know.
It's going to be bikinis everywhere.
Hashtag time's up, bro.
I couldn't tell you. I just know it's going to be like a cheesy female James Bond movie. But I hope it's good because I'm going to have to watch it anyways.
It's strange how being on this show has changed your perception a little bit on that.
Yeah.
I want movies to be good because I will have to watch them. Anyway, Monster Trucks review coming next week. So, the plot details have not been confirmed, but in a recent casting breakdown, they did give some clues about the characters, including the main villain, who is described as, quote, exciting, end quote, as well as another character described as a, quote, female Bond, end quote, and yet another who is said to be a, quote, conniving female villain, end quote, in her 50s.
In her 50s.
So, Scarlett Johansson will not be a Bond. There will be probably another Bond who's there halfway through the movie and then dies, and then Scarlett Johansson, maybe that person is like Scarlett's, mentor of sorts, like the person who has taught her everything she knows.
I already told you what the movie's going to be about.
Yes, bikinis.
Bikinis, female James Bond.
As for the creative team behind Black Widow, the film has recruited Mission Impossible Fallout cinematographer Rob Hardy.
Ooh.
So, and that movie's freaking great. It's gorgeous.
It does look great.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. There's also been speculation about a possible Black Widow connection, no editing, to Captain Marvel. So possible connection to Captain Marvel after Black Widow screenwriter Jack Schaefer received an unexpected writing credit on the other upcoming female-led MCU movie. How do you feel about that?
I could care less. Marvel always puts their movies together. It's like, okay.
You're like, crossover?
Crossover? Marvel? Huh? It's not 2001. Okay.
All right, so you want to talk about Deadpool 3?
Yeah.
So Deadpool 3 is apparently going to be completely different.
Deadpool 1 and 2 were very similar.
Yes, so this is a good move for the franchise.
Yeah.
So basically Reynolds was talking with Variety. He was promoting Once Upon a Deadpool's release in China. And they asked him about the development, and he said they were, quote, looking to go in a completely different direction. And then he added, often they reboot or change a character maybe like 4 movies too late.
Yeah.
So I agree. I'm tired of the Deadpooling Deadpool. I want him to do something a little different with it.
Well, I mean, yeah, Deadpool's going to be the same, but as long as they have a different story arc, like I feel like they had the exact same story both times.
And they put Vanessa in the fridge.
Yeah.
Do you know about that term, fridging someone?
No.
So there was a comic book, I can't remember which one it was. It's not Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But it was a comic where...
Spider-Man?
Essentially... What?
Yes. Say yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
What?
No, nothing. Continue.
I'm going to regret this when I listen back to it later. There was a comic where the whole backstory for the character was that he came home and his wife was in the fridge and like killed by a mob boss or something like that, and that was his motivation. So like the complaint was that brutality against a female character serves as the motivation for a male character story arc, which we'll come back to later in this podcast for sure. And so it's called fridging someone. It's generally frowned upon. Like, don't just kill a woman because you need your guy to have something to do.
Yeah.
But also, it doesn't get called out a lot of the time when it happens when a guy's like, I lost my wife and child in a car crash with a truck full of fridges.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they don't... They don't call it out as often as it happens, but then sometimes people don't like it and they're mad.
Yeah.
So, everything is relative.
What?
We're related.
Yeah.
I got to talk to you about our family tree later.
Lay it on me.
So, Black Panther has earned... I forgot to update the news thing. There's the little title for Deadpool 3 to be completely different. All right, cool. So, Black Panther, Best Picture...
Oh, like, is it going to get it?
Well, it's definitely been nominated for the Oscar for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige has said it's extremely gratifying, and I'm sure it is when you're heading up Marvel movies for 10 years and finally one's like, yeah, okay, good job.
There you go.
So here's the question I have about this. Do you think it deserves Best Picture? We've talked about this on the show before, but...
I don't know. What's it going up against?
It's, so I've got a list here. Would you like to know for sure?
Lay it on me.
Are you really sure you want to know?
Positive.
Okay. But you asked for this. It's Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice.
All those other movies kind of blow.
Black Klansman I haven't seen. I've heard good and bad things.
Yeah, I heard mixed things about it too. But, it's a movie about a guy infiltrating the KKK. True story.
It's pretty interesting. Like, it's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody apparently is very good. I'm not a big Queen fan, so I was just kind of passed over it. The Favorite is about, I don't know. It's a lesbian love triangle.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like, after listening to the rest of the other movie titles in there, I feel like they purposely unstacked the Best Picture like category so Black Panther would win, because all the other movies are just kind of like
yep.
okay. So
yeah.
I mean, based on what you just told me, yes, I think Black Panther's gonna win.
That's the thing I'm thinking though, is like, okay, so originally they added the category of most popular picture to the Oscars, which was definitely Black Panther's winning an Oscar.
Oh yeah,
this is how we do it. And because and that frustrates me because it feels like pandering.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could all smell it, which is why everyone was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, definitely. It didn't last long.
Yeah, and so they immediately pulled it, and obviously it had to go in there for this. And it's just like, it's a good movie, but I don't think it's the best movie of last year.
Man, I wanted, like, I didn't even like vote for it as one of my best movies this last year, but I mean I remember when it came out, like it was pretty hype, and it was a good movie.
It is good.
Something I watched twice. It was good. It was good.
Like, I don't have complaints with it, but there's parts of it that, like, it doesn't adhere to its own logic sometimes, and that, those are things that pulled me out of the movie. Where there's other movies, like, I know First Man wasn't your cup of tea exactly, but I think...
Or theirs.
As a movie, yeah. But as a movie, I think it's like, it's all very coherent. It's, the pacing maybe is a little off sometimes.
Sometimes.
But generally speaking, like, I think that's a better film when you're looking at it from a critical standpoint.
It'd have to go into something else. I wouldn't give it that anywhere near Best Picture. If it was like cinematography or something weird like that, they have like a million categories.
And that's probably why, is because I just loved the way it looked.
Yeah, but Black Panther had the story, it had the costumes and the actual like Wakanda, like everything there just felt good.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really have complaints.
Yeah, like there's nothing I can say bad about the movie per se.
But there's other movies I really enjoyed more.
Yeah.
Even though I really enjoyed Black Panther when I watched it.
I really enjoyed Black Panther. I don't know. If I could go back to that week, I wish it was like all movies came out at the same time. Because like you could just watch them back to back and be like, I don't know, man, I felt more hyped for this one,
Yeah.
But it's like Black Panther came out in like January.
That was a full year ago now.
Yeah, and then like all these other movies came out in like October, December. It's like I don't freaking remember. It was a good movie, you know.
Green Book is about it's kind of I can't remember exactly what it is, but I know there's a lot of scenes set in a car, and it's very focused on racism.
Yeah.
And it's a period piece. Roma it was on Netflix, and I looked at it and went, I don't think this is something that I am smart enough to talk about, so I'm just not gonna.
Yeah.
A Star Is Born is apparently pretty good.
That's with
Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, yeah. Yeah, seems solid. Has Dave Chappelle in it. Can't complain.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was in that movie.
Dave Chappelle's in there.
I need to see it. And then Vice is just a hit piece on Dick Cheney. So.
Yeah. I like honestly, it's like Black Panther and then like some Snorefest movies with good stories probably.
Do you remember when the Oscars actually like were interesting because they had movies you cared about in it?
I've never watched the Oscars once in my life.
When I was young, they had movies I cared about, but I think that might have just been because of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you might have just watched it on a few lucky years.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just got a Facebook notification that it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
It's my birthday. Oh, man, I got to answer Facebook happy birthdays.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I've become severely less popular over the past couple of years. So I used to get 500 happy birthdays down to 200.
I never got 500. Holy crap.
Well, I have 1,200 friends on Facebook. It's so easy.
So do I.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
I've been sorry to make your birthday about me, but just know you're loved. Jesus.
Well, do you say happy birthday to other people on Facebook?
I do.
I mean,
unless I don't like them.
Well,
or
you go.
Don't get on Facebook that day.
I used to say happy birthday to everybody. That was the thing back in 2009.
Yeah. The thing about saying happy birthday to someone on Facebook is it's kind of mandatory, or you're not a real friend, and the next time you see them, they'll be like, you didn't say happy birthday to me on Facebook.
On Facebook. Now, the last 2 years I haven't even checked, so this year I'm going to check because I doubt anyone's going to say it.
I will. Matter of fact, I might do it live here on stream.
Whatever. Good
content. So yeah, 2 years ago, I typed thank you to everybody. Yeah. And this last year, I just liked. It's like
yeah,
I don't.
What's wrong with you? It's your one day to shine.
I was also very sick on my birthday, so.
Who gets sick anymore?
Me.
I haven't touched. Whoops. I almost read chat.
If you want to join in on chat on the stream, we're gonna go back to them here in a little bit, which gets cut out of the audio portion of this podcast. So if you're missing out on some great content, some great chatter, some chit chat, we're gonna go back to them here in a second, and you can join us at twitch.tv/RollSoundPod.
Roll Sound Pod.
But first, we have to talk a little bit more about the news.
Yeah, lay it on me.
There's some things going on. So,
all right.
I'm very excited about this. You might be excited about this.
Lay it on me.
There is now a first draft that exists for Baby Driver 2.
It's not going to be good.
Okay, so that's what I'm afraid of. But at the same time, it's Edgar Wright.
I mean, yeah, it's Edgar Wright, but Baby Driver, that universe, it needed to end right where it did. There's nothing else they can do there.
I agree with you.
Yeah. But
at the same time, I'm just if he had an idea, I want to see what it was.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But everything about that story was perfectly intertwined.
Yeah.
I'd hate to just have them throw something out and he's just doing something just to do it, because this happened because of that. This happened because of that. Everyone had a purpose and everyone had feeling, and it was just one of those happy coincidence movies where everything just was. It was a solid movie.
Yeah.
Really, really good. But if it's just now he's in Mexico, getting away from the cops and trying to make money, and he has to drive again. It's not going to get that same, you know?
Okay, dumb idea, but hear me out. What if the movie is instead a twisted retelling of the same main story, but things go horribly, horribly wrong in different ways?
That would be dumb.
Okay.
I mean,
I said dumb idea. To be fair, I prefaced it.
To be fair, that movie went horribly, horribly wrong for literally everybody in the movie except for Baby Driver.
Yeah, so what if they flip that and he dies halfway through, and then we're just left listening to Jamie Foxx scream at people?
I'm about to say literally everybody died except for him and his wife. Or his girlfriend, whatever you want to call her.
Well, it is worth noting this is not the next movie that Edgar Wright's doing. Edgar Wright is making a kind of thriller horror movie first.
Okay.
So, he's written this because he presumably had an idea. Yeah. But it's not. He's not rushing into it or anything. Mm-hmm. He's making another film first. So.
Okay.
It's just it's not even like this isn't confirmed.
It's just a first draft.
It's just a first draft, and he said it takes the story further, so it's a continuation of that. But yeah, this isn't the next thing he's doing, so we'll see.
Okay, it's gonna be so lame, dude.
I don't know, man.
Also, this is this guy's boss, and he's tracked down Baby Driver. Now he has to work for his old boss's boss.
Oh my god, that's what it is.
Get back there.
Yep.
to make up the debt that he, so lame.
You're right. That's what it is.
I know I'm right.
You're right.
I know it.
You can see into the future. I don't know how you do it.
I just know how simple everyone's brain is. So I just what would he do?
Yep.
And then I eliminate all the dumb ideas, and then boom.
That's how you're able to
last dumb idea stands.
To do all of the things that you do online with For Honor and everything. You can predict people's movements.
I think so.
It's quite impressive. It really is.
I don't even have to think about it anymore. It just happens.
Nerd. So this next piece of news, I'm very sure you'll be excited about this because there is a follow-up plan to your favorite movie of the year. That's right. There's a Bumblebee sequel in development.
What?
Your favorite movie, man? It was you said it.
How
Viacom's CEO Bob Bakish, I don't know, recently dubbed the prequel solidly profitable, and the movie's great word of mouth, talking about Bumblebee, has seen it pass $400 million worldwide. According to a new report by Deadline, Paramount is said to be developing a Bumblebee sequel, and while no plot details are given, it will presumably pick up from the Bumblebee/Optimus Prime reunion at the end of the first movie.
Boo.
Those are the sounds of an excited man, I tell you what.
Literally, it was a prequel. Are they going to do another Transformers sequel?
Yes.
Whatever.
I'm so glad you're happy about this.
I'm not happy about it. It's going to suck.
No, you're so happy. I can tell. I can really tell. All right, so let's talk about Gambit. So Gambit,
I love Gambit, but I don't know about Channing Tatum.
I love the concept of Gambit.
Yeah.
Gambit was like one of the first superheroes I learned to draw. Like they had those trace your superheroes and like learn how to draw them books.
No.
Well, that's what I did. Sorry, your childhood sucked. But
can you still draw?
Good. Huh?
Can you draw?
No, but I can trace a Gambit.
Let me tell you why I can't draw. It needs to come from up here.
What came from up here were some sketches for a short film I made, and none of the things that I drew as storyboards ended up on the screen because all of them made no sense.
That's okay.
And I had to use my words. But one would say that maybe being able to use your words to explain what you mean inside your head is a skill a director needs. Pictures
are more skill needed things.
See? Words important. Words important.
Hey, you understood what I was trying to say. If I had drawn a picture, you would have understood right away, bro. Down. So anyways, what about Gambit?
Despite having Channing Tatum firmly attached to play the character for quite a while, Gambit has struggled mightily to take on any positive steps. So yeah. it's really had a rough time. Rupert Wyatt was the first director to join back in June of 2015, so almost 4 years ago now, but he left not too long after in September of the same year. After looking at several high-profile names, Doug Liman became attached in November of 2015 and stayed on board for nearly a year before departing in August of 2016. Gore Verbinski, who you'll know is the director of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, he signed on in October 2017, and development kind of appeared to hit its stride, but then Verbinski left off at the beginning of 2018. So
I don't get how how can it be in development for that long? So they're not filming,
bad? They're just trying to find, like, get a script that they're happy with, get a director that they're happy with, and then you've got to hire a crew. Like, the thing a lot of people don't think about is, before they start filming, there's normally a year of work.
Yeah.
And you have to get the team assembled to get that work going. But if the script's not, like, 100% finalized, then it's really hard to get people working on it.
Dude, they have, like, I don't know what they're trying to do with Gambit, but if they don't go for a crappy, what do you call it? Origin story.
Oh yeah,
they can get the Gambit Omega story. That's such a good stride for Gambit.
I do know that one a little bit.
You know the Gambit Omega story because Gambit's one of the mutants that can actually be an Omega mutant, but only if like his powers are unlocked and like he meets one mutant that unlocks it, and like he's super strong. But the only bad thing about that story is it uses time travel to solve the problem, which is a big no-no.
Yeah.
But
the rest of it's good.
Yeah,
I mean, if the end sucks, then who cares?
True that. True that. But I mean, making Gambit and like, yes, that would be sick. I want to see that on big screen.
Well, it's also it's a question of if it'll happen at all now because of the Fox and Disney merger. So
yeah,
who knows what's going to happen there. But yeah, apparently Channing Tatum they're kind of floating the idea of him directing it himself. Deadline revealed that this piece of information is a part of the story of Tatum changing his talent representation, because that's news nowadays. And this is where they mentioned Tatum's desire to get Gambit off the ground, so much so that he might direct the movie all by his lonesome. It is unclear if any official talks between Fox and Tatum have taken place, though, to actually make this possibility a reality. So right now it's just a rumor.
Yeah.
Speaking of mutants and rumors, there's definitely some rumors about what's going on with the new Mutants movie. So I don't know if you remember when the trailer dropped for this, way back when. It's got Anya Taylor-Joy, one of the guys from Stranger Things. It was kind of a horror film set in the XMen universe.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's in a dryer.
Yeah,
I think.
I remember that.
So basically, Merc with the podcast, Scott Bechtel, has taken to Twitter to share a, quote, whisper through the grapevine. According to Bechtel, Fox and Boone, I forgot to copy that person's first name, sorry, are struggling to come to terms with a comprehensible finished product. He believes that they're currently planning to push the film back to November, and that Fox is actually considering a Hulu release for what's otherwise viewed as a Dead on Arrival film.
Yeah.
Sadly, Bechtel's comments seem believable, although that's conjecture from Screen Rant. That's not my opinion. Yeah. Although the New Mutants reshoots were originally expected to begin in September of 2018, they still haven't happened.
Jeez.
So, addressing this, Bechtel explained that he believes the biggest problem has been getting the cast back together. The rumor is that Anya Taylor-Joy was apparently particularly frustrated at the amount of time she'd have to put back into New Mutants again.
Yeah, to go back and redo all that.
Right, yeah.
I would be frustrated too, but I mean, aren't reshoots just normal, I thought?
Yes, but I think they've already reshot once.
Oh, yeah. That would be
I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I mean, do you get paid more for reshoots? Or
I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
as far
whatever,
as I know.
getting paid.
I mean, but then, I mean, yeah, it does kind of sound like someone going, I have to work again.
Yeah, it's like me saying...
At this job that I have that's the best job in the world.
Yeah, it's like me saying, oh, really? I have to stream again?
Yeah, but at the same time, like, if you've done a complete arc for a character and stuff, there is an element
or if
of,
I've played
like...
a game for 3 years
being
straight?
But there's an element of being exhausted by that character in that arc, especially if they're changing things, because if they're changing little things throughout, then the choice that you've made for this scene won't make sense when they reshoot this scene because you have to make a different choice.
Exactly.
So it kind of can make you look like an idiot.
I can see that, where it starts to make you seem like a bad actor when reality...
Like John Cena in Bumblebee.
The whole movie was just bad. It wasn't just...
right, but they just let him do random things and then decided if they would use the scripted version of the scene or the not scripted version of the scene randomly, and it did not work well.
I know why they did that.
Because the movie was bad and they were trying to make it more fun?
Yes.
That's your opinion, man.
It's true. They literally said it.
No, they said, well, you have to let your actors take over the movie, and I disagreed with them.
I wonder why.
Because I
rest my case.
Because I'm ornery. I rest my case.
Anyways, horror X-Men doesn't mix.
I disagree. I think it does if they did it right, but they obviously have not.
No.
The body horror is a total. It's a genre in and of itself, and that's what being a mutant is.
Body horror. Yeah.
In my opinion, which is right.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about Triple X?
Let's go. Does it have Vin Diesel in it?
So, yeah, this is the movie with Vin Diesel where it's just like extreme sports, but we kill people.
Yeah, dude.
And so that movie, this last one did not do well, The Return of Xander Cage, domestically, but it did well worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's been greenlit for a sequel. And this news is definitely something that proves that Vin Diesel is not a person who works in entertainment. He's a potato that keeps getting into movies because there's no brain behind the things that he does. He
does well early on, and then they just keep on making money because he did so good. So really, it's a talent in its own right.
Well, the reason I'm saying he's a potato without a brain is because he's now asking people on Instagram who they want to be in Triple X for. And it's just like, don't crowdsource your movie idea.
Hey.
That's how you get a remake of The Last Jedi.
I mean, true, but at the same time, XXX isn't like a story movie. It's just an action movie. So like,
I guess you're right.
It's just getting people to for one, know that it's coming. For two, feel like they're involved. And for three, maybe be pleasantly surprised when they see something.
It just seems weird that an actor is like asking, who do you want to see in this? And then the director and casting director going, what?
I might say I doubt it's gonna be a thing, but it's probably just, hey, guess what? We're doing a XXX4.
Yeah.
Who do you want to see in it?
Yeah. They've thrown out a bunch of different names like Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Keanu Reeves, and then also Sean Penn and Edward Norton. People are suggesting them, and I think that's a joke.
That would be sick.
Sean Penn doesn't make any sense in that world, and also no one wants to work with Edward Norton.
Hey.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me?
We'll see.
Can you hear me now?
XXX, man.
All right.
I like how is that how they do it on the movie too? The small X, big X.
Yeah, the two X's on the.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it'd look bad.
Yes. All right, which means it's time to move on to everyone's second favorite segment on this show. That's right. Let's go to Ryan Johnson Explains. Explains. Look, this title card that I made for this is a little too long, so I was trying to echo it out, but it wasn't long enough.
You did a good job.
Thanks. So here's the deal. There's no Star Wars news this week. So that brings us to the end of Ryan Johnson Explains.
You better skip it next time.
No, I think it's fun. Which means now we can talk about everyone's favorite segment on this show. What the heck is going on at DC?
I'm down. Joker?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, actually.
All right, let's go.
But before we get into DC news, I want to talk to Chad a little bit. So I've set a marker over there so we can talk to Chad.
Cool.
Yeah, so the one, Mutants. It's New Mutants, and it's like... I think it's like a twisted version of Professor Xavier's school that they end up at. It's like another facility that's not Professor X's, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and someone's evil, and, X-Men stuff.
People turning into mutants, but it's like nasty, like, oh, God... There's a spike coming out of my body,
Oh no, I hurt somebody and I didn't mean to. What am I?
Let me put him in a dryer.
I don't understand why someone's in a dryer.
You ever been stuffed in a dryer before? Sucks.
Yes.
Sucks.
I have an older brother, so
yeah.
It was quite frequent occurrence. One time he turned it on for like 0.2 seconds, but that was enough to freak me out.
Oh yeah.
Because it started to move. I was like, huh.
My favorite segment is reading Twitch chat. Shut up, the one.
Well, this is your favorite segment here. I hope you enjoy it. What's wrong with Edward Norton? He's a giant jerk to everybody he works with. And I'm not afraid to say that because no one's working with him anymore.
Wow, dude.
Edward, you know why he's not actually the Hulk still? Is because other actors said, I'm not going to work with Edward Norton. And so Marvel fired him.
I don't even know who that is.
Did you see The Incredible Hulk? The one that had the Abomination in it? Okay, did you see Fight Club?
Maybe.
He's the main character in Fight Club. So
I thought that was Johnny
Ives, the guy from Apple?
No, the main guy from this guy.
Yeah. Really, does Mooley get a nasty parry in for honor? I'm not sure how that's related.
Because you said he does all these cool things online. I don't know how he does it. And you're like, well, rarely does he do anything.
Oh, okay. What if they change Baby Driver and he doesn't ruin the heist? You cheeky monkey fluffer. Which is okay to say in the chat. I haven't touched my real Facebook account since like 2013. Why do you have a fake Facebook account that you are touching?
Right.
That is your real Facebook account now.
He's got a couple things coming out this year.
Edward Norton?
Mm-hmm.
They're smaller projects, though, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like, he shows up in Wes Anderson movies still.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, like, Edward Norton was going to be, a much bigger name with much more clout than he has, except that he reportedly on set, he yells at people. He wants creative control over the projects, and he's an actor.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we have directors.
Right.
And I'm saying that as someone who's been on both sides of it. Like, I get them want to, like, as an actor, say, oh no, I have some say in this because you have to contribute a lot to that. But
yeah,
but yeah, just Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't be a jerk about it.
Did you used to hide
Suggest things
in the
when it's
dryer?
appropriate. Say what?
Did you used to hide in the dryer?
No.
What's up, little bro bub?
But I think we should throw Edward Norton in a dryer.
Stop it.
Well, no, not turn it on.
Stop it. Yo, Edward Norton, you're cool, bro.
Just to make him think about what he's done. Look, this show, if I ever get into Hollywood, I'll delete every episode of this show, so no one will ever know what I said.
Good freaking luck, man. Good luck.
Oh, boy. No, I did not.
About SoundCloud.
It's already gone off SoundCloud. You can't see anything but the last 3 episodes that we posted on there. So, yeah, it turns out if you don't pay them, they won't host you. I used to hide in the dryer. Why, little bro bub? Why would you hide in the dryer? Why? From who? We were nice to you. Yeah, so Edward Norton was pretty cool in Hulk. I thought he was good in it.
But, I don't remember.
But also, I mean, Tim Roth was more entertaining in that movie than Edward Norton was. He played the Abomination. I don't know. I like Tim Roth. He was good. Do you ever see that show Lie to Me?
No. Maybe.
It's pretty good. Tim Roth is the lead guy in it.
Maybe.
They read not microtransactions, like micro expressions.
Yeah, like they see the smallest things and they're like,
yeah.
Huh.
Show didn't last very long.
I know exactly what you're thinking because I saw your eye twitch exactly 2.7 centimeters to the left twice.
Exactly. With my human eyes.
You know, I'm so excited for my birthday dinner today.
Where are you going to dinner?
We're getting Taco Bell. We're getting a big Taco Bell box. God,
so fancy.
So excited. And she got me an ice cream cake.
Oh, that's nice.
Taco Bell ice cream cake. Movies.
I have to admit something that I'm ashamed of.
What?
I had a Dr. Pepper the other day.
That's okay.
I had
That's why you're breaking out right now.
Am I? I didn't even know.
That's okay.
No, actually, here, yeah, it's happening. Yeah, I didn't really love it.
I mean, it's okay to love it, bro.
I spent 2 months off of it and like drinking it again, and maybe it's because IHOP soda kind of sucks.
It does.
Like I got a Sierra Mist before that because I was like, I'm just gonna do a white soda because apparently those aren't.
What did I tell you when you want a soda to drink? You don't even remember. Drink a Coke.
My own urine.
Drink a Coke.
That is urine. I hate Coke. I hate Coke.
Exactly. Everybody hates Coke. You drink Coke and it gives you that soda feel, but you're not like, man, I gotta drink some more of this. That's okay, bro. I mean, I understand.
The one says that Solar sounds like an alcoholic. Yeah. Basically, that's what it was like to quit.
It's easy to get addicted to Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, sugar in general, I think, is really my thing. But
one of those 23 flavors in there is, in fact, cocaine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know.
I know.
Why do you think I love it so much?
It's just a little Coke. Anyway, fun.
You got a drink? Yeah, it's but I had it and it just was like, eh. But the Sierra Mist they brought me before that, when I ordered that instead, was super flat. It was like water with a little bit of syrup in it. I was like, what is this? So it's possible that it was just bad, but in any case, I don't crave it anymore.
That's good.
And I'm drinking water.
Congrats, my dude. I'm proud of you. I was kidding about the breaking out thing. I really couldn't tell.
Well,
now I can see it.
Yeah, that's why I have this big old thing.
That's okay.
Delete this stream.
You were doing so good. You were doing so good.
I was.
Your sister sounds like a nice lady. Give her my number.
That's my sister.
Oh, is that your brother?
That's my brother.
Oh, God. I was kidding. Oh.
It got real awkward in here, guys.
Oh, no. Hey,
no,
what's up?
He's saying he used to hide in the dryer because of his sister. It's true. I hid in the dryer for my sister once, I'm sure.
You have an older sister?
No, I have a younger sister. She's just really scary.
Really? Okay. Well, dang it. Well, there you go.
Y'all ready for Ilita?
Ilita, Battle Angel.
Y'all ready for Larry not... wait, no way, Peppermint Larry not consuming sugar? Why am I Peppermint Larry?
You look like Peppermint Larry.
That's right. That's the one I couldn't remember the other day when I was trying to tell people on the stream.
Yeah.
Is it okay? I can plug my own stream on my own stream, right?
I mean, there's no point.
Okay. So...
Make sure you guys check out twitch.tv/malicious. Anytime you're... Well, I guess that makes sense here. Make sure you check out twitch.tv/rollsoundpod.
Which is where you're at now.
Okay. Only thing you need to do is remind people to follow. Hey, guys, if you're new here, be sure to drop a follow.
Yeah, I need to... I had a follow notification set up, but I don't think it's showing up, so...
Wow, dude. Typical.
Hey, man, it's amazing this thing even works.
Dude, I used this camera for 4 years, and I looked beautiful on it. And then you have it here, and I look like freaking Ted Bundy.
What are you talking about? I mean, sure, you're a little blown out on that side of your face.
Ted Bundy.
Tell you what, when we get into the other studio and I don't have to set this up every morning we try to do this, I'll make it look nice.
Thanks.
Cool. I might have to buy your old streaming PC off you so I can set it up in there.
Jesus, man. What's wrong with you?
What do you mean what's wrong with me? I thought you would be happy.
Stop buying stuff.
What do you mean stop buying stuff? I have bought almost nothing for this.
Well, for this, but for whatever, dude.
Well, no, I have to buy gear because I had access to some gear last year that I don't now, so I have to buy
I remember that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Don't
I got
trust
blue
people.
socks, but here's the thing. There's red on the blue socks, so it rocks with the red shoes.
It works. It shouldn't, but it does.
I know.
Also, those are Mario fish.
Yep.
Did you see me playing Mario last week?
Yep.
It was bad, wasn't it?
Wasn't the worst.
It was pretty horrible for me because that was, by the time you tuned in, I was on my 30th game over.
Really? Okay,
I died a lot.
How do you die that much in Mario?
Be me, play game.
What?
Hmm?
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 Hmm.
Mm-hmm. What were we talking about?
Try.
Dude, I was trying.
Oh my gosh. Concentrate. Concentrate.
All right, so maybe we should get back into the news. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
You ready for it? There's so much going on. I've got another notification about your birthday. Apparently, it's very important.
It's my birthday. It's very important. I'm kind of a big deal.
Alita battles dry eyes.
That's actually funny. That's hilarious.
All right, so I'm going to drop another marker there, and then we'll get into all the DC news. Stuff's happening. Okay, so let's talk about the Joker movie. That is the first thing on the agenda. So
I'm so excited.
Zazie Beetz is in the Joker movie. You remember her playing Domino in Deadpool 2.
She's so good.
She was awesome, man. I really did enjoy her. But apparently she says the script was being rewritten while filming. For the Joker movie.
Really?
So let me read this quote to you because it's something else. So she said she hasn't seen a cut of the film, but she said, quote, that the script was great, end quote. She also explained that, quote, we rewrote the whole thing while we were shooting it. Literally, we would go into Todd Phillips' trailer and write the scenes for the night and then do it.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yes.
I thought the script was great. Why are you rewriting?
Maybe it wasn't great.
Maybe it is great now. Maybe
it's slowly getting greater.
Maybe they're rewriting it in post and then just dubbing lines. Or dubbing the original lines, and they went, you know what, go back.
Just go back.
So Beats' interview with MTV News alongside director Babak Anvari and Armie Hammer can be seen on Screen Rant if you care.
Okay.
But this was the only bit of interesting news from what I saw.
Woohoo!
Yeah, she was promoting something else, but I don't have the name of that film here. Patty Jenkins, she's talking about her next movie, which, if you don't know, it's going to be Wonder Woman 1984.
Who's
and
Patty
she
Jenkins?
says it will be good. She was the director of Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I always say the same thing, but it's not going to be good.
Might be. It might be. There's several pieces of news for this. So first off, she said, quote, I have a scene that is in this movie that's totally different, but it's my No Man's Land scene. You know, the one where she, like, ding, the bullets go flying and whatever. Mm-hmm. She said where it's that there's this one scene that I'm so excited about. It won't be the same scene, but there are some moments that I'm really excited about. So basically, she said, I'm making a thing and I'm excited about it. Mm-hmm. And that's news. All right, on to the next bit of news about Wonder Woman.
Next one.
So apparently, Steve Trevor is not being forced into Wonder Woman 1984, even though he died in the first one.
Okay, so they're not just like putting him in there just to put him in there type of thing.
Right. So Jenkins has addressed Chris Pine's return, and she assures that fans that everything will make complete sense.
Yeah.
She was speaking on AM to DM, and she was asked about how Steve could possibly return. And although the director obviously didn't spill the movie secrets there and then, she did explain, quote, It wasn't a solution to go, oh, God, that works well, let's try to jam you in there. It's all incredibly important to the story. It makes perfect sense. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they bring him back from the dead.
Is gonna be... And he's gonna have a clone.
Yep, and they'll kill the clone and bring that clone back from the dead just to make sure that everyone is on the same level.
Who knows, man?
Yep.
Who knows?
All right, cool. But if you're excited to see him back in that one, you may be sad to know that he will not be back in Wonder Woman 3. Which... has been unannounced, but is happening. It's happening.
Wonder Woman 3 is happening. Hasn't been announced, and they're already telling us Chris Pine's not going to be in the third one.
Well, Chris Pine is saying he's not going to be in the third one. So this is what he said. He was speaking with Entertainment Tonight to promote the release of a limited TV series called I Am the Night, not to be confused with the movie Live by Night, which broke Ben Affleck so badly that he had to go to rehab. But Pine was asked about the possibility of him starring in the still unconfirmed Wonder Woman 3, and he said, I think Steve's done. I think Steve's done his bit. I wish them all the luck in the world.
Can you say stuff like that before the movie's even out?
He's dead. He's going to die in the movie, right?
Yeah, it's like a spoiler.
Or he's going to be sent off to some land where he doesn't age, but like for an unknown reason, and he can never see Diana again.
Is still a spoiler.
Okay, this is one thing I'm spoiling. I'll admit to that.
Yeah,
I'll admit to that. But I'm not spoiling.
Well,
it.
Yeah, it's
Chris
not
Pine
you.
is spoiling.
It's Chris Pine. Like, that's weird.
I'm just reporting. I'm a slave to the news.
It's not a breach of contract. That's like before Black Panther came out. They're like, I'm not going to be in Black Panther 2. What's the villain's name?
Killmonger?
Yeah, Killmonger. He's like,
yeah, I won't be back. I won't tell you why, but it's just because I died.
I'm not going to be there.
Whoops.
I think he's done his bit.
All right, well, I have a bit of sad news for you. I know this is going to break your heart, and I'm sorry that I have to talk about this, but there is an Aquaman 2 in development.
Woo!
Deadline is, I know, I'm so sorry. Deadline is reporting that the Aquaman sequel is officially in development at Warner Brothers and DC Films. The report further states that the studio is courting Wan to return, and it looks like he will, in fact, be back in the director's chair on a sequel because he's invested in the character in Underwater World. Again, conjecture from Screen Rant. So much journalisming.
Much journalism.
All of the journalism.
Journalism.
Anemone.
Whatever.
So, as for one, the director's representation say he is taking a break after all the work he put into the first film, because apparently it was quite the production.
Yeah.
And but sources tell Deadline that the Helmer won't sign on to return for Aquaman 2 unless he sees a good script. Mm-hmm. Which is pretty much why all directors sign on to do stuff unless they're broke. And if you just directed Aquaman, which is the highest grossing DC film of all time, mm-hmm. I'm not talking about just like of their current stuff. I mean, it passed The Dark Knight Rises this last week. So, yeah, of course you're rolling in dough. You've got residuals coming in. Mm-hmm. So,
man, how much did Bumblebee make again?
$400 million. It was solidly profitable. Which is why I know you would be glad to see that it's coming back.
Solidly profitable.
And if Aquaman, I mean, I'm sorry you'll have to sit through this one.
They did like $1.5 billion, but whatever.
What? Not 1.5. 1.15. That's quite a few dollars difference. It's like $350 million.
That's like, well, I mean, it's still 3 times as much as Transformers, but whatever.
I know, and I know you're sad that your favorite movie of all time, Bumblebee, didn't get the recognition it deserved at the box office, but they are still doing a follow-up for you, so.
And, okay, true. And also, never mind, I'm done with that.
One way or another, I will convince everyone that Bumblebee's your favorite movie.
That movie is so trash, dude. I was honestly so distraught at the end of that movie. I was like, what the?
Yeah, because it was over and you wanted more.
What's next?
All right, so last little bit of news here. DC's Batman movie is no longer called The Batman.
Cool.
So it was called The Batman.
Cool.
Because Ben Affleck, that was the name that he was going with when he was set to direct it and he was writing it. Apparently they haven't stuck with that. So Daniel RPK on Twitter revealed that Reeves' DC project, Matt Reeves, the new director, DC project is no longer called The Batman. Well, now you've set up a joke and then failed me utterly.
Me?
Yeah, because you were going, cool.
Oh,
Rule of threes, it would have been great, but now comedy dies on this podcast.
Yes, it does.
As evidenced by an image of the film's production sheet that now simply calls it Untitled Batman Project. That means I was hoping it would happen. So that means that the movie will have a brand new title in the near future as it nears the beginning of production. Fans in the comment section don't seem to mind the minor change, with most of them just being excited to know more about the long gestating flight. So
cool.
The thing about it is that they're also like, they don't have a director of photography yet and production designer. Like it says all of those positions are open. So they're still, gathering crew for this.
You should apply.
I should.
I wonder what it was like just to apply for that crap.
I'll send them my reel, which includes a Hawkeye commercial.
There you go.
And they'll be like, ugh, and then they'll burn it.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll say, this is it.
This is the look we're going for. 6K without any artistic integrity.
30 seconds.
I am, at some point, I swear, I'm going to make a video about how 8K does not make you an artist.
Do it.
Because I have shot stuff on a T3i that I thought looked great, and I have shot stuff on an 8K camera that looked terrible. So,
what can you do?
intentionality. You can do intentionality.
Yeah. Enough of the Batman.
Okay. All right. So that's the end of everyone's favorite segment on the show. What the heck is going on at DC?
Yeah, well, later, DC.
Which means we can move on to the
Sponsor.
Yeah. Do you know who it is?
Is it Grand Avenue Theater?
You devil worshiper, get out of here! You're not supposed to be able to see the future. All right. So Grand Avenue Theater, they're our sponsor. Took a weird turn there. A little bit of sizzle for later, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Take a weird turns. Because when you drive home, there's that detour you're going to have to take through the woods.
Yeah. Go ahead and thank Grand Avenue Theater.
I will, but you know why?
Why?
Because they're clean, courteous, and classy. I don't know why I'm hearing things out of my computer. I shouldn't be. No, it's your phone.
You know what I was doing? I was messing with my...
Oh, did you turn it up on your watch?
Yeah, I was messing with my watch.
Everything's too connected.
I know.
Speaking of connected, if you would like to get connected to a movie, there's one place to do it.
Yep.
Grand Avenue Theater.
Grand Avenue
There are
Theater.
many places, but that's the place you should go. Mm-hmm. So, clean, courteous, classy, they definitely live up to it. It's always clean in there. It's really nice. I love not sitting in butter.
Oh, yeah.
Can't tell you how much I love that.
Not sit in butter.
All the people are super courteous. They're very nice, and they'll show you your seat if you don't know where it is. It's all reserved seating, so you can get your seats ahead of time, know where you're going to sit. That way, if you want to sit by your best friend, assuming that he just doesn't go to the movie without you, then you can, and you can know that you can sit together. And then, it's definitely a classy place. You walk in, it's just like, wow.
I like it. Where can they buy tickets?
At www.grandavenuetheater.com. Also, full service kitchen. They have amazing chicken nuggets.
They're great.
I want that 10-piece chicken nugget on the menu, please.
It's not going to happen.
Please and thank you. I will convince them.
I mean, okay.
Because every time they check to make sure we didn't add, I'm subliminally messaging them, put chicken nuggets on a 10-piece meal. Chicken nuggets. All right, so thank you to Grand Avenue Theater for sponsoring this podcast. We hope you don't hate what we do.
There we go.
I mean, they've been sponsoring this long enough that I assume they do not.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And also, I have to go to the movies with my freaking wife and her dad, okay? This happens. And then, because he's interested in the podcast, he's like, what are y'all watching? Or what are y'all watching for the podcast this week? I'm like, probably this.
Does he actually listen?
I don't know.
Huh. Well, if you are listening, hello.
But he's always interested. He's like, what are you going to rate this one? What are you going to rate this one?
Is it nice to be able to talk about the movie right after you get out of it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Sucks when it's just us and you're like, so what do we do now?
I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we walk, because we always park on opposite sides of the parking lot, and we split like a Y.
I do that on purpose. I'm kidding.
Good to know. All right.
I'll get there before you. What are you talking about?
I should just start parking by you and then say goodbye and make you awkwardly walk next to me.
That's not awkward.
It's a little awkward. All right, so let's talk about the movie. This week, it is Serenity.
Serenity.
So most people haven't heard of this movie.
It was under the wraps. They didn't do much advertising.
Not really, no. And the advertising they did do was very strange.
Yeah, it was strange and it was awkward, but it kind of fit once you watch the movie.
Yeah. So
it makes a little bit more sense.
We have a rating system here that's dumb and makes no sense, but also it's the one we're stuck with because Twitter only gives us so many options. Are you winking at the camera? Is that what's happening? Or are you having a stroke? Because either way, I'm not stopping this podcast.
No strokes yet.
Cool.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank goodness. That really, I forgot. That could actually happen to you.
It could happen to anyone.
No, it could. Just kidding.
It's not funny, okay?
Honestly, with my health, it's probably going to happen sometime while we're doing this. So,
good luck, man. I don't know if I'll be able to help you out.
Just call an ambulance, man.
You sure?
Yeah. And then, keep me from swallowing my tongue.
Yeah.
You're going to have to reach in there and pull it out. Just, hold it.
If I ever freaking start spazzing out, just put me in a car. Drive me. Don't call an ambulance.
Because it takes too long?
Because it's freaking expensive. Screw that.
You're right.
Freaking drive literally 2 minutes down the road, $4,000.
It's crazy.
Backhand somebody.
It's crazy. Like, I get it. You've got trained professionals in there, and they've got all this gear to help keep you alive and whatever. But I think if they don't use the gear, you shouldn't be charged for
fine.
it. That's like when I go and pitch something to a client, I'm like, what do we actually need to do this? Oh, then it'll be this.
Yeah.
I don't charge them an extra $800 to rent gear that I'm gonna just like hang in my office before I send it back.
Hey, what can you do?
Is that not what I just explained?
My brain turned off for a second.
I know.
I'm be honest, bro.
You're very tired.
I'm not tired. It's my birthday.
You're not tired? Oh, so birthday imparts extra energy.
Yeah.
Cool. You gonna go to Chick-fil-A after this?
No. I gotta go to the doctor. Gotta refill my medicine.
What a way to spend your birthday.
Yeah, but it's so dumb because you have medicine, and they know you need medicine, and it's something that doesn't go away, and you still have to go to a doctor every year to refill medicine. It's like, sorry.
Right,
It's been a year, so you have to go back to the doctor, and they have to say, yep, you still have high blood pressure. And keep you on this.
Weird, your AIDS hasn't gone away this year. I guess we'll continue to medication.
Yeah, they're crazy. Jeez.
All right, so before we do more with the movie, let's talk chat a little bit, and then we'll get into our review. Also, guys, in the chat, I'm going to drop a link in the chat, and you can go there and you can vote. If you've seen Serenity, let us know what you thought about the movie. Good, bad, great, or terrible. Those are the 4 options you get. That we're using the same grading scale, so don't worry. We don't have any extra options. Good and a half is not a thing. And
Good and a half.
It's not a thing. And we're gonna talk to chat. So Patches.
Yeah, what's up, Patches?
Patches is here. I'm so thankful. By the way, Satan's Mooly sub fits you. I don't think Satan has a Twitch. I'm not sure.
There's a Twitch channel called Satan, and Nigel gifted him a sub. No, Fitzhugh gifted him a sub. Douche. Nigel gifted God and Jesus a sub. Thanks, Nigel.
Well, what about the Holy Spirit? What, he's just not allowed to use a computer? Is he grounded?
I mean, I don't know if Nigel knows about all that.
I'm just saying, Holy Trinity, it's a thing.
I'm not gifting myself subs. I don't. What do you want me to do?
Well, I'm not gifting you subs. I don't know if I'll be able to pay my water bill next week, so...
Well, and you're trying to buy a freaking desktop?
Not now! Later! You said there'd be a little time.
The 30th is when the update drops.
Okay, fine. I take it back. Only Texas has Grand Avenue Theater. Stop making me want to move, please. Sorry, the one, man. We just want you down here. You wouldn't believe it, but after 102 episodes of this whole thing has been a plan to get you to move near.
There you go. Molly better be taking his pills. After tonight, I'm not going to have any pills unless I go to the doctor.
And you're going to need pills because you're eating Taco Bell.
Tacos actually have a surprisingly low amount of sodium.
Really?
Yeah.
They taste so salty, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just the way I make them.
Yeah. I'm actually on a Taco Bell. Having trained professionals make my tacos. Thank you.
I'm a trained professional taco maker. I'm actually a trained professional pizza maker, if I'm anything. What? My parents had a pizza place for like 1.5 years. And then we had a food truck before that.
Wow.
And then I worked at Pizza Hut.
Wow.
And then also I made Starbucks drinks at Grand Avenue Theater.
Wow.
I feel like you're not taking this very seriously.
You don't know how much of a professional pizza maker I am, okay?
Patches says Mooly getting carried by solar in this game. If you mean the game of life, yeah, maybe.
It's a possibility.
No.
Taco design professionals. Thanks, Patches.
Taco design professionals. They need to go back to school for their design then, because those things look like a wet fart.
Whoa.
They do. Taco Bell is terrible, man.
Belton Taco Bell is freaking beautiful.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it though?
The worst Taco Bell we have is the one closest to you, which is the one on 31st Street by the mall.
Yeah, I got Katie
ever.
Taco Bell from over there earlier.
Don't ever.
I looked at it when she opened it and I was like, that's not food. I paid for what's probably just something that they pulled out of a trash can.
Yeah, don't ever go over there.
Disgusting.
And like their chips are always stale.
By the way, encoding's gone for some reason, so back to 1080p and 1 frame per minute. 1080? But
encoding disappeared.
I'm outputting at 720.
Oh, no, encoding's still there for me. Try to refresh, maybe?
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, frame rate should be okay. Nope. Sometimes it's dropping, but that's actually my computer. It's not bitrate or anything. It's just this trying to figure out.
Dang Audacity, bro. What's it called?
That's Audition.
Audition-y.
Yeah. I think if I have this window selected, it diverts more power to it. I'm not sure why. OBS is freaking weird on this machine, man. Anyway, that's why I wanted to buy your streaming PC. How much are you selling it for?
I actually have to look up all the parts and see what they're going for.
Cool. That's too expensive.
I've had that thing for... I doubt it's very much, because it has a 970, which is 2 generations back of graphics cards.
Do you know what I have in this thing? It's a GeForce 650M.
Dear Lord.
I know.
And it's a mobile processor, too, so that's even older.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have a full GTX 970, so...
Apparently you can stream with like an i5 and 4 gigs of RAM with a decent graphics card. Like, as a streaming PC, just have it do that and it's fine.
Yeah.
But...
You don't need a lot.
I have an i7, 16 gigs of RAM, and then that terrible graphics card. But this is... Encoding is CPU intensive. It's not GPU intensive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because it's not taking much CPU, but it's just...
Yeah, apparently...
I'm digging it.
Like, ideal on... for OBS on a Mac is 15% CPU usage. Anything above that, and you tend to have issues.
Wow.
Right now I'm at 24.
Yeah.
So that's pretty great. Don't see you in night stream, so I wouldn't know. Movie's ugly, messing with the frames. Oh, patches. Okay, the one's talking patches. My bad. Who can ads? I read that. It's FOOKIN. That was not cursing.
That's how he says it.
If my mom is watching...
Wow. I hope not, man, because I still feel bad about what I said to your brother, man. I didn't know it was your brother. I just thought it was a random person on the internet.
Well, you've made a mistake.
I have a very bad habit of just, like, blurring dumb things out, but it's entertaining.
It is.
Unless it's that.
It's very bold of you to assume that anyone but my family would watch this, though.
I don't know. I am so sorry.
Honestly, it's very bold of you to assume that my family might, actually, because I've actually, like, asked my parents, like, hey, did you see that thing I did? And they're like...
What?
Why? I know what it's gonna be like. I know you.
Man,
fair enough.
Every time I see your brother from now on, it's just gonna be awkward.
Nah, he probably wasn't listening.
What? It was literally the last thing he said.
Hey, the one, watch it. My mom is a nice lady.
He's just saying hey to her.
Oh, well then that's cool.
Oh man, that was.
It's all right. It's fine.
I think. If you see one of your family members talking in chat, I need you to tell me, like, right then.
Do you want, like, a special signal? Like,
we need, like, a universal, like, hey, my mom's here.
Okay. What if I just do one of these?
Ew. I mean, whatever you want. I can't see
that way the shine of my earwax on my nose will let you know that there's someone present.
I can't see the top of your ears, okay? It's being covered by your hair. Get a haircut.
I want one. But currently I'm trying to work out a deal with the guy that cuts my hair so that I'll produce commercials for him and we'll kind of do a trade thing.
Ooh,
yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean, we're still going to pay each other, but, try to work out a deal that works out for both of us.
See, I told you.
What's happening in chat?
He said I heard him. Dang it. Hey, I'm sorry, okay? Listen to me. I was kidding.
This is taking a turn for the worse.
It took a turn for a worse 30 minutes ago. I apologize. I was just blurting random things out on Twitch.
Here's the thing: is that my brother? I'm not gonna say his name. My little brother. I've said it on other streams, but whatever.
Yeah.
Other podcasts. But he's not gonna watch anything on Twitch but this.
Okay.
So I was very clear with my mother about that being a rule.
Yeah, I mean,
because he's young enough.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's happening. But Solar's like 35. Yeah, my mom had my little brother when I was 27.
That's okay.
It's not true.
You're not 35?
No. She had him when I was 48. I'm a very old man, especially on the inside. No, dude, seriously, this week I have just embraced it. Although, funny enough, so I was running sound at a church.
Yeah.
And the pastor, part of his sermon was about, how Jesus turned water into wine, that story.
That whole...
one of the things he said was, Jesus was kind of the life of the party in some instances, and if you're not, you're kind of not getting the point. It was like, I've lived my whole life wrong. Because I'm not fun at parties. I'm the guy crying in the corner drinking cream soda out of a bottle hoping no one realizes it's not beer.
That's okay. Don't cry, though.
but it's so loud.
We cool? Yeah, we cool, bro. Thanks, Doc.
I thought Patches was in his 40s. Is he not? What's Austin Powers? A problematic film that is full of misogyny and other issues. But that's the joke, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's a big joke about all of those things, so it makes it like South Park. It makes it okay.
Pretty much.
Kind of.
Everything's permissible as long as there's a laugh track.
Mm-hmm. South Park is trying to get banned still, or trying to get canceled still.
Yeah, I looked into that more after we talked about it and we're laughing about it. It's definitely just a marketing thing.
Oh yeah,
I don't think they're actually trying to get banned at all.
Because they definitely went too overboard this season. Mm-hmm. And I think they've realized that any publicity is bad publicity or good publicity.
Yeah.
Like, people think making these tweets about things that they dislike in order to, like, get it canceled or ruin someone's career. Even though sometimes it does.
I mean, just don't pull a Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, even though sometimes it does. Most of the time, it just brings more attention to it, and it gets them more support.
Fitchy says, moral of the story, bring some hard drugs to every party and spike all the soft drinks. I think he's referencing my cream soda binge. That's why I don't go to parties.
I get that.
Yeah. Also, gas money, I don't have none.
True.
All right. Feminists haven't shut down South Park yet? No.
Feminist schools.
Yeah, literally everybody.
Literally everybody. Like, I think people just know not to touch it. But it's funny because Family Guy actually tweeted that they will no longer be making homosexual jokes.
But those are the only jokes they had.
No more gay jokes. Yeah.
So Family Guy's canceled.
No, but I guess they said the audience today can't I don't remember what they said exactly. But yeah.
Free speech is dead, and we killed it.
Hey, there you go.
I'm kidding. That's not a free speech thing. They're using the power of free speech to say we're not going to do this.
I don't know. We live in a weird world.
Yeah. Like, North Korea, what's that all about? Am I right? How about them Knicks? I'm not a well-learned man.
North Korea's chilling now, isn't it?
No, it's North Korea. They're never chilling.
Didn't they do the whole, like, clear out the mines South Korea thing?
It's bullcrap, man. It's all bullcrap. Everything you hear that's good about North Korea is a press move from a propaganda department.
I mean, yeah, but, like, maybe.
No.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, they're still humans, and, like, if he's really, like, if they're like, yo, let's just be North-South Korea, let's just be Korea. I don't know. It was pretty heartwarming to me.
The only way that would work is if Kim Jong-un or Il, which one is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
The son.
If Kim...
I'm only getting his news from Facebook. I saw the videos, bro.
Are you talking about the stuff that happened with, like, the Olympics?
No.
Because that was BS.
No. When they shut, like, there was, like, 5 or 6, like, heavily guarded, like, bases in between North and South Korea, and they de-armed them. Or disarmed them.
I mean, I'm all for progress, but also I don't trust North Korea at all.
I mean, we don't have to trust them. South Korea does. What? That has nothing to do with us.
Good point.
I'm just saying.
All right. You want to talk about the movie now?
Yo, let's get into the movie.
Cool. Let's do this.
Serenity. So I get on with my birthday.
Okay.
Eat some tacos.
Yeah, you're very excited about tacos. I'm excited to see you excited. Normally you're pretty just like even about everything, but the tacos thing, there's a light in your eyes.
The reason it is because my wife actually went overboard trying to understand what I wanted for my birthday, which is nice. Because usually, you know, she's like, gifts, out to fancy dinner, this and that, lots of people. Big cake, this and that, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what she likes, and, like, she's a gift giver, and, like, consumerism has taken her by the gonads. And,
those are her words, I believe. I think that's what she said.
She loves, you know, the whole 9 yards. And I'm not really like that. When I go out, I'm just kind of, like, really laid back, reserved, saving my energy for the stream mostly.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was like, you know what? We're not going out this year. I was like, what? Really? Like, yeah. Like, what do you want to do? We go order a pizza, watch a movie. I was like, oh my God, this sounds awesome. But not a pizza. So we got tacos, and she's getting me an ice cream cake, and then we're watching some movies.
That sounds like the perfect night in.
Yes.
That's exactly what I want all my birthdays to be.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's great.
I want to sit down with you and watch movies.
Whoa.
With ice cream cake and tacos.
Whoa. Whoa. Calm it down.
Oh, I'm just saying.
You can stay home with your wife.
No, I love you.
One of us has to go. One of us would have to leave the house, and it's not me.
It's not gonna be One of us would have to leave my house?
One of us would have to leave a house that we live in, and it's not going to be me. And it'd be weird for you to have your birthday tacos at my house. Hey, I brought some tacos and some cake. You ready for my birthday?
Yeah.
I don't know about
Happy
this.
Happy birthday to me. Can I use your toilet?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we're getting 24 tacos and just going to town.
Sweet. All right, cool. Well, let's talk about this movie now.
Serenity.
We keep teasing it, but let's actually do it. So Serenity is a movie that, look, we're going to do spoiler-free reviews, and then we're going to do a spoiler-y review. So
yeah.
If you're interested in seeing this movie, you probably already have. No one else did.
Hey, Matthew McConaughey.
He's in it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
and Anne Hathaway.
And Jimon Hansu.
Yeah.
And also Jason Clarke.
Yeah.
And then a little boy.
Yeah.
So, good, bad, great, or terrible. Should I maybe give like the basic synopsis of the plot without the spoilers?
No, I mean, we could do it after the good, bad, great, or terrible.
Okay, good, bad, great, or terrible. What do you think?
Good.
You giving it a good?
Giving it a good.
Okay. Why?
If you take this movie at face value, it seems cut, dry, weird. Mm-hmm. But if you like take a second and really think about why the story is what it is, you can really appreciate it a little bit. And I mean, the acting was solid for the most part. It was somewhat believable, and once you really got, at least for me, because I don't like look at director's cuts or like ask the director why he did this or why he did that. But once I got to my own conclusion on why the movie was the way it was, I really appreciated it.
Okay.
So yeah, giving it a good.
I'm torn on this because I feel. Here's the thing. This has a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, I know it does.
It has been.
I know why.
Hated everywhere, and it's made. This is the movie that, if anything, it will go down as the movie that made me question: do I actually know what good is in a movie?
Yeah.
And I think the critics are kind of wrong on this one.
Yeah.
Because there's no fifth option, I can't give it anything between bad or good. But
Bad
I'm giving it a good. Nope, not a thing. I'm giving it a good because there's enough stuff in it that I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. But also, this movie is the biggest WTF thing I've seen in a long time.
It is. And I can tell you why critics and lots of people are saying it's bad, why they're giving it a 22%, because they're taking it as a big twist at the end where you're supposed to be like mind blown. But that's not the point. The twist is to help you understand why he is where he is. Mm-hmm. That's what it's for. And like once you understand like the whole synopsis, then you're like, wow, okay. And
it's interesting that
it's not supposed to be like.
There's a reason in particular I was. Well, sorry. I don't know. I feel like it's supposed to feel that way, especially because I did watch interviews with the director and stuff.
Really?
And like,
maybe it's good I didn't.
Normally I don't do that. Normally I just try to go, this is the experience I had with the movie, and this is kind of thoughts on it.
Yeah.
But this one, I was so confused about like if I liked it or not, and it was a weird place to be because there's definitely stuff. I think it looks beautiful. I think the cinematography is gorgeous.
Yeah.
The color grade in particular is it's just nice to look at.
It is. I mean. It has a lot of easy, nice visuals.
Yes,
because of where it's shot.
Right. But also, you can make those locations be boring.
Yeah,
and it never is. It's never shot in a boring way. Like even when they're just on a boat, it looks good. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is that there's definitely parts in this movie that's like there's no need for this.
Oh yeah,
and the fact that it's in there is actually kind of disturbing. There's a couple of there's no way to talk about this movie without talking about sex, but I'm not gonna get into
a little bit.
I'm not gonna. Well, but that's the little bit that's in there is enough to be like, wait, what? When you think about the whole reason behind it. And
I mean, but it's a teenage boy.
Hold on. So we'll get into spoilers.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. There's definitely some what on earth things about this film that make it not something where I'm just like on board totally with it.
Oh yeah,
that's not a boat pun either. I just say that a lot. but I was interested the whole way through the movie. I was never bored.
Okay, yeah.
Which I was in Glass.
Same.
And in a couple places. I was always kind of going, what is going on? Like I was leaning over. I try very hard not to talk during movies.
No, you don't. I'm kidding. Jesus, man.
No, really though. I do try very hard not to talk during movies because I don't want to be that guy. And I've had people ruin movies for me. Star Wars: The Last Jedi in particular, where that guy was just screaming "What the f" the whole time. There was no the whole time. Like when she ran the ship through the other ship and it goes silent, there's a guy just going what the fuck, and it was like
an excitement or like questionable.
He was just freaking out about it, and I was like, dude, shut up. Mm-hmm. There are 200 of us in here, and we all hate you right now.
All you have to do is shh.
Oh, I do. Believe me, I do. I put my glasses down like this, and I go, shh.
No, you don't look at him.
Well, no, you got shh.
You shh, but you don't let him know where it's coming from. Okay. It's fine.
I learned that as a youth pastor.
Might work on kids.
It might. No, I don't look at them, but I do shush people sometimes when they're like, if you talk 2 times in a movie, whatever, whatever, I get it. But if you're talking the whole way through, I will shush you.
Yeah, but that's the problem with leaving your house and watching movies with a couple hundred strangers.
I know, but there's kind of like this social, you agree when you step in there. Shut up. We're here to watch the movie, not listen to your commentary. But
they don't even say that at the beginning of movies. They say don't be on your phone, and if you got kids, keep them by you. They don't say don't talk.
The whole thing about the kids thing is like if they're being loud and obnoxious and interrupting the movie, get them out. I think that applies to adults as well, and you just shouldn't have to be told that.
I mean,
if you say it's 2019,
it is 2019.
Dad, gummit.
I mean, like I get it, but realistically, no one has had the cojones to really just like say it, like make it a universal thing.
What if I threw French fries at them?
Maybe they've always just kind of tried to make like this caricature of just like people talking and like everyone just being like, really, seriously,
yeah,
to make it
you're
like,
annoying.
This is bad.
They try to guilt you into it.
Just say it's bad, you know.
No. To be fair, a lot of those movies, because I'm trying not to miss anything, I don't go complain to an usher. And at Cinefart, the other theater that's local to here, yes. I have complained to ushers and they don't do anything, but at Grand Avenue they do, so that's part of why I like the place.
Okay, so you're one of those guys.
They're all as grumpy as me. I'm kidding.
He's a snitch.
I'm not a snitch. I'm a person who reveres cinema.
That what you just explained is...
Well, I also was an usher at that theater, so, so I'm not a snitch. I've just got an inside track.
Yeah. All right, so overall synopsis of the movie?
Yeah, so basically, let's get into spoilers here now. I'm giving it a good. Okay. But, and I know that's probably career suicide. I don't know. But like, everyone hates this movie.
This is career suicide?
But Bumblebee's a good movie.
Okay.
Do you want to hear what our Twitter poll said?
Yeah, lay it on me.
So, twitter.com/rollsoundpod. You can vote on these. We normally try to post them 24 hours before we do the review. Yeah. Last night it was 5 hours. So sorry about that.
Typical.
But yeah, I'm not great at this.
No, you're doing great.
You would think 102 episodes in I'd remember to do the Twitter poll.
That's okay.
Anyway, so this has a 43% great, 43% good, and 14% bad on our Twitter poll.
Your Twitter poll trolls you, bro, because they said... What was the last movie you watched?
Glass.
Glass. They said like 40% great, 60% good.
Actually, I don't think really a lot of people voted. And on Glass, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. There was only one vote for something.
Either
Which
way,
one was it?
you're getting trolled.
Yeah.
But anyways, alas.
If you want to be a part of trolling us, Twitter.com/RollStuntPod. At RollStuntPod. But yeah, that's the thing though, is like I saw this and was either people are trolling or people genuinely have enjoyed this movie to some extent when they've watched it.
It's enjoyable.
And that's what I think is I think that it is, even if the ending is, I wouldn't say it's satisfactory. Basically, this Baker Dill is our main character.
Yes.
And
are we in spoilers, by the way?
We are in spoilers.
Okay.
So getting into spoilers, spoiler warning.
Yes.
Warning of spoilers. So Baker Dill is this guy. He lives on this island. He's trying to catch this big fish and taking people out. He's hard up for cash, and so he's doing some unsavory services and or savory, I suppose, depending on how you look at it. It's unsavory. I'm just saying, for her, she seemed to be in the savory camp.
I mean, he's a male gigolo.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Not basically.
She literally calls him, she said, you're nothing more than a male hooker.
Yes.
Which seemed like a weird, like, I get that he's male. You don't have to throw that in there. I mean, geez.
You gotta throw it in there. You know why?
Why? Because it's 2019?
It's 2019.
Dadgummit. That one I'll give to you.
Thank you.
But I do it begrudgingly. And so I bang my fist at you, sir.
Don't bang your fist. Hey.
So, yeah, this character, basically, he's on this island, and his ex-girlfriend shows up.
Ex-wife. She had a ring.
But she was 16 at the time.
A ring.
That's true. You got married at 16, so it's possible.
It's true.
But yeah, so she shows up.
Yes.
And apparently he had gone away to war, and while he was gone, she got involved with this mob boss guy, I guess.
Rich guy.
And well, she very specifically says he has connections to
the mob,
to the mafia, mob something. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway, she wants him to kill her husband because he was right. He's a terrible guy. And so that's kind of the premise of the movie. But he's constantly obsessed with catching this fish. Mm-hmm. And then there's also a weird guy running around trying to sell him something in a briefcase. And by the end of the movie, we find out what's in the briefcase, and it wasn't important. And I mean, it was important, but it was not seen again. And then at the end, basically what you find out is that the entire reason, like, he's got this compulsion to catch this fish, and this whole situation is just a game. It's a
simulation.
It's a computer game.
Simulation.
That's not what they say. They say it's a game.
They say game, but it's a simulation because he doesn't control everything in the game. He just writes the code and then lets it go.
I know, but they keep calling it a game.
They do. But I don't know why. They should have called it a simulation.
It's artificial intelligence is what Baker Dill is. But by the end of the movie, he actually is aware that he's an AI.
Yes.
Lost my water cap.
Yeah, but they have free will. You know, none of them are being controlled. It's just an artificial world.
There are several questions I have about the AI, but we're going to get into that.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
So first up, let's talk performances. Let's just get this out of the way real quick.
Let's do it.
What did you think about our let's say our four main people? We've got
Matthew
McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jimon Hansu, and Jason Clarke.
Jason Clarke Chu?
Which
one's Jason Clarke? The bad?
Yeah, he was the Frank, the bad dad.
The stepdad.
The stepdad.
Matthew McConaughey did great.
I thought so too.
He's always believable,
right?
No matter what he does.
He's him, but he's believable as him.
Exactly, and he always has to do like the most awkward things, but he puts his spin on them, and it makes it all right.
Right.
Like
he oozes charisma.
Yeah, he does. Like he has to like yell drunk on a ship every once in a while. And it's like, no one else can yell out into nothingness and, like, still kind of seem cool doing it.
Right.
Except for Matthew McConaughey.
There's definitely those moments where it's not even he's yelling something in particular. He's just going, ah!
Yeah, and it was... if you listen to it, it's not even, like, a good yell.
It's
like
not.
A really awkward yell.
Yeah.
But it's not an awkward moment.
So. I do think that some of that has to do with the pacing and the rhythm of the edit gets you into that where you're just kind of like, this is weird, but I get it.
Yeah.
I definitely want to talk about the edit a little bit.
Yeah.
What was that?
Had to shake it out.
That was the biggest shake I've ever seen in my life.
Taylor Swift, man.
I thought you were having a stroke.
Shake it off.
So, Anne Hathaway, I think, look, she's... Bless you.
Hey, she makes 36 look good.
Let's talk about her acting, though.
She looked good, and that was pretty much her role.
Yeah, so this is the thing. Is this is intended to be a...
Jeez, something got stirred up when I sneezed there.
Sorry. Stirred up off of you or off of my...
Like I don't know if I just sneezed like gunk out of my lungs or something, but I feel refreshed. That's weird.
Oh, good. I mean, that's nice. What's that gunk on my floor now? I'm just kidding.
That was already there.
Yeah, probably. Anne Hathaway is in this movie, so she's a femme fatale. Like, this is supposed to be kind of a noir film.
Yeah.
That's what everyone keeps calling it in the marketing, and I'm like,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
She dresses a little noir sometimes, but
yeah.
Other than that, no.
Yeah. Like the noir, like the ideas of there being the femme fatale and the classic American hero is kind of what they keep calling him. And, yeah, he's a drunk, so I guess that is a classic American hero. Yeah. But it's all given away in the opening shot.
What is?
Oh, Jason Clarke is way over the top, by the way. The plot of the film is given away in the opening shot because it's a close-up on the boy's eyes, and then it goes into his eye, and we come up through the ocean. And so that opening shot says, this is in his head. And I watched that opening shot and went, what just happened? Like, I know this is telling me something, but I didn't imagine it'd be a computer game. Which, again, not my words. The movie's words. And also the director's words. Because video game is too hard to say when you're older than 17.
Video game. So, I don't know why they wouldn't go with simulation, but whatever.
I don't know. Like, and they keep...
Do they not know what a game is?
No.
I guess not.
No. So there are clues throughout the film about that this reality is a construct. Particularly the radio is kind of the most maybe overt one. Mm-hmm. Like early on in the film when the radio announcer's like, da-da-da-da-da, catch that dang fish. Mm-hmm. And it's like... Wait, what?
Like, what? Why is he talking to him?
Yeah, and so, like, there's stuff like that. I think it does a good job of not just being, like...
It was never too obvious.
Right, yeah. It wasn't over the top, and so but that's what was interesting to me about it, is the fact that I'm constantly going, wait, why is that way? That's something weird is going on. I leaned over to, the whole talking in the movie thing, the reason I was talking about that, is because I leaned over to my wife a couple of times and was, like, giving her theories on what was happening. I was like, I'm so confused, but I was like, do you think there's something supernatural going on? She goes, yeah, I think so. And so I was like, is this like an island thing? Like, a lot of islands have their own legends and stuff, and I thought maybe it might be something with that. And like the island of Belton Lake, it's the legend of the trash bags.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's an interesting. It's an interesting twist on the idea of what would an AI, realizing it's an AI be like.
It was like Black Mirror.
And yeah, this is a lot of people I've seen online saying this is a bad episode of Black Mirror.
I wouldn't say.
The reason, so let's talk about the reason everyone hates it.
Yeah.
The twist that it's a video game makes all of this useless. It's pointless. I don't know, man.
I'll tell you my theory when we get to it.
The character of Baker Dill is not a real thing. So, like the at the end you have like he gets the phone call from his son and he's like, I'm changing the game and I'm gonna come be with you, and it's like, oh, sweet moment, but it's not real. That's still just math.
Yeah.
Essentially. So, like a toaster's a toaster, even if it's looks like a human on a toaster.
The last scene with the whole changing the game thing, I think that was more just for us to have closure on Baker Dill. But that to me was probably one of the only like useless scenes, like useless things that happen. Why? I'll get to it when that time comes.
Okay, all right. So I did want to say, like, I want to be fair when I review stuff.
Be fair
as much as I can. I like the way that this looks. Like I said, the color grade's very pleasing.
Okay.
Jess Hall is the director of photography and was also the director of photography for Hot Fuzz, The Spectacular Now, and Ghost in the Shell, which Ghost in the Shell is not a great movie, but it looks good.
It looks good.
Yeah. It really does. So, the talent is present on this set. Stephen Knight, the director, like he created Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for the UK. And also he did a movie called Locke, which had Tom Hardy in it that has really good reviews. Peaky Blinders is his creation as well, as I understand. So like he's done stuff that people like, but he's also made some real stinkers.
Yeah.
That people
Who
hate.
hasn't?
He's written some stuff for other series as well that people are like, these are some of the worst episodes.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are going, yeah, this is he's really hit or miss.
I can see it.
But I don't know. I think the way that the film looked, that as a direction, like the way that it's shot and the way that it's edited in particular, are clues in and of themselves that this is not a real thing.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that because the cadence of the edits kind of gets you into this kind of like surreal rhythm. And I think if I watched it again, I could probably pick out like the rhythm of how they put some of this stuff together.
Oh, yeah.
And you could see a pattern in it.
For sure.
Because, you know, when you're editing, you're kind of thinking about if this is a simulation, you know, what would the program be that would pick when you look at what? You know, what's actually displayed on the screen.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of that in it. So I think there's really good filmmaking present in this.
Oh, yeah.
But if you take away like all the characters that you're interested in, this is what Stephen Knight said. He said that he wanted to. Sorry, I'm trying to find the actual quote. I wanted to experiment with getting my audience invested in these characters and then taking it all away from them. And that is pretty much the thing you learn not to do in Screenwriting 101, because if this is essentially it was all a dream movie, and that's why people hate it, bar none. That's the reason. And it's just like you can't have people get invested in something and then take it away, because then they go, why was I sitting here watching it? And that's... But at the same time, it was like, well, from the very beginning, they do kind of tell you this is all the kids in the kid's head with the opening shot. So,
yeah, true.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird animal for sure.
It is.
Let's get this out of the way, because I want to talk about sex in movies. Is one of those things that I am not a big fan of, mostly because I'm a youth pastor and Jesus don't like that. But but the thing about it is that the premise of this film is that this 13-year-old has coded this world and this artificial intelligence. And so that means he has coded in at 13, which I would still say is a little young to be like coding that stuff in with such detail.
Yeah.
He's coding all this stuff in where his dad, who has died, by the way, spoilers, but we already told you that. His dad died in the war, and now he's coded his dad into a video game. Sorry, computer game. Simulation. And his dad is, for money, having relations with this older woman who's on the pier, who also, he has to bring her cat back to her a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that is crazy. And then the fact that later on, Anne Hathaway, her character, comes to the boat, and she's trying to get him to help her still, so she's like telling him that she still loved him, and he's like, nah, that's bullcrap. And then I guess he like has hate sex with her, and then shouts, I win after. And it's just like, what on earth is this? And there's two different ways you can look at it. One, either this is a thing coded by a kid who doesn't understand sex. And doesn't understand that you shouldn't shout, I win after. Or the AI is advanced enough that it has created these scenarios, but also the AI that has these super realistic human beings and a person who can realize that he's not a real person also couldn't figure out the basics of Google how sex works. Either way, what? And also, why is it in the movie so much? It's in there enough. There's a lot of Matthew McConaughey's butt.
Yeah. Well, when he was showering, bathing, I guess.
Or every time he's having relations.
He
with
was
someone.
doing the do. Yeah.
The devil's tango. After you're married, it's the Lord's cha-cha-cha, but... I love how awkward it made you feel.
What?
I'm just saying. Before you're married, it's the devil's tango. After, it's the Lord's cha-cha-cha. One sends you to hell and the other doesn't. That's all I'm saying. So it's awkward.
Yeah.
But that's what this movie was like when you're watching those scenes. It's especially, there's just, it lingers on that scene with him and Anne Hathaway for so long.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you could have panned up to the window. That's what they would have done in an actual noir film.
You're right.
Mostly because of rating and like, you know, stipulations on what you could or could not show in a theater. But like, it wasn't necessary. And it's just like, once it's revealed that it's all a game coded by a 13-year-old, it's like, what? Why? Do you have any explanation, or are you just uncomfortable?
No, I mean, like I said, it's all just weird AI. It's just too advanced, and that's where it headed. My thing with the whole sex thing, it was weird, but you know, sex sells. It's 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the artificial intelligence aside, I feel like that was really the main reason it was in there, to be honest. Hey, Matthew McConaughey and
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway doing the do. Yeah. But it's also it was a weird story arc, because obviously he was still bitter about his wife leaving him, and obviously she was trying to use her body to get him to do what she wanted him to do, because at this point in the movie we still don't know it's a game, and I felt like the whole point was to bring in this like stressful situation that doesn't really make sense, and then we understand why it doesn't make sense later on. But at the moment, it's just like, okay.
So it's a red herring. It's meant to just misdirect you.
It's just like it's just trying to misdirect you. Like, no one would think at that moment, wow, this is just like when the Sims get it on after
yeah, this is a
enough
woo
love going, you know?
Yeah. But
so
it's one of those things that it was weird in the moment, because I was just like, this doesn't feel like natural in any way. It feels kind of disjointed and weird, and like, these are not great people. Like, in those moments especially, you're just like, yeah, everything is gross and weird. But then later on, it became more disturbing to me when I was like, oh, so this sprang from the mind of a child. Why is he programmed his mom in as a sex person? Like, yeah. Feels like the thing you would program out. You wouldn't leave the hot coffee thing in there.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's something that's programmed. He just programmed humans in AI. And the only reason it looks so realistic to us, like, you see, like, when it's zooming out, how it doesn't look like that.
I liked how the pixelated the boat.
It like pixelates it, and like it literally just looks like Sims characters. Like, not even like, they don't even look as, you know, as realistic as Sims characters. They just look like pixels. But,
right. But to him, it's real because he's an
But
AI.
to him, he knows what's going on because he's the one that coded it. The whole thing, like, my synopsis for this movie and why I think it's okay, pretty much all of it's okay, was because he made this AI because, or like, he set it in motion to do what it was doing because of what he said to his stepdad, of pretty much saying, I'm on my computer trying to catch a fish all day, even though he's not trying to catch a fish. Otherwise, it's the only thing that keeps me from killing you.
I would figure out a way to kill you.
Otherwise, I would figure out a way to kill you.
He doesn't really have to put that much thought into it. He pulls a knife out and walks out of the room.
Exactly, which he already figured it out. I think it might have started as somewhere of trying to figure it out, but at the end of the day, he was looking for like guidance, which he didn't have anywhere.
Right. So he doesn't have a father figure, so he's created one.
So he created his father in this game, and he put his dad in a similar situation. And the whole thing was to see if his dad would do it. And if his dad that he programmed to be his dad did it, then he would do it. That was the thing. So he let his dad make the choice for him. Does that make sense? And his dad ended up doing it, and that's why he did it. So,
but the other side to it, though, is that if his dad is doing it in the game, that is his memories of his dad, what he knows about his dad. That doesn't mean it is his dad. So really, it's and look, if you've ever written something, you know, you end up in your characters.
Yeah.
So he just confirmed for himself. Yeah, I'd kill him.
Yeah. But he's 13. But if you really think back to it, and you're like, okay, I'm going to edit these people exactly how I remember them. This is my mom. This is my dad.
Right.
This is Frank Wood, my dad, who's this guy who, I guess it's pretty spot on.
Right, he's a bad person in and out of the game. Like, no argument there.
Yeah, it's like, I guess it's pretty bad on. It's like, his dad had a pretty decent moral compass, and then he had literally a freaking pastor put in as well. I feel like he had enough stops in there to like really get his. It's pretty much he put his conscience into this AI, and then he let that decide. He just put it into play.
Okay.
And he even had that weird like Bob guy going in and saying, "Hey, people don't die here." Like everything was set against killing. Like even
the game is working against the murder because he knows it's bad.
Exactly, and that's why the whole thing with like temptation kept coming up, like because he knows it's bad, and he just wants to see if with all of these stops in the way, is it still right to kill this guy because he's that bad of a guy, right?
Right.
So that's honestly what turned the movie around for me, because if it wasn't like this simulation type thing, if it was that he was just killing this guy's stepdad and his mom was going to go back and do that, it would feel like a kind of a lame movie. I don't know. But the point that it was like a simulation to see if that's what he would actually do in real life, that made it interesting for me, because he pretty much kind of took it out of his own hands. Kind of. And, you know, it's kind of like getting advice from his dad, but his dad's dead.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I liked it, but at the same time, it's just like there was stuff in there that I just feel like they could have done without some of the sex stuff for sure. I'm gonna stick by that because there's other ways you could have gotten that same point across, and it feels like, you know, yes, sex sells, but also that's a really cheap way to sell your movie, and also it's just kind of putting actors in that situation. Like, one, it's not fun for anybody involved, and it's
McConaughey's done some pretty strange stuff. Okay.
I'm saying the act of being on set and like a bunch of people watching you have to simulate that stuff. It's I don't know. I can't think of it as anything other than degrading.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I can't say, because I've seen Matthew McConaughey do some real awkward stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Anne Hathaway too.
Yeah, I know.
But that doesn't, just because they've done it multiple times doesn't mean they're comfortable with it by any means. But
they're taking it as part of the job. But I don't know. On a moral grounds, I'm just like, I've never really been on board with it, and I feel like you could find more creative ways to get the same point across.
You definitely could, you know, do that, but the world we live in, man.
I know. Where North Korea is disarming themselves, allegedly. Man, it's been a while since we said allegedly.
I never said they were disarming themselves. I just said they were being cool with South Korea.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying they're chill. They're like, hey, what's up? Oops.
So the character of the Rules.
Yes.
Did you get that? He calls himself the Rules, but it's not actually the rules of the game. Is he the rules of the game?
So that's he was like offset for me. You know when you're watching like a video game show like Sword Art Online or something like that, and then they start trying to talk about video game terminology, and you're just like, really? Who made this? Like a 50-year-old? I feel like that's what happened there.
This is a movie made by a man in his 50s.
Yeah, it was like, okay, all right, brother, I understand you're trying to talk about how the game should go, but or AI, whatever you want to call it, how it should go, but it just makes it sound really dumb.
To give you a point of reference on this, the director said that he watches his kids play, quote, computer games, and that he believes that games require a higher level of suspension of disbelief than movies, because the world is not just on the screen, it's also in their heads.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I don't know. Because it's...
I'm asking you because you're a video game movie expert.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just on the screen.
No, not video game movie
about
expert. Just video game expert.
I mean, video game movies are a thing. Resident Evil 2 just dropped, and that's pretty much just a video game movie.
Pretty much a movie, yeah.
I just watch people play it. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Did they drop the whole game? Is that already
out? It's out.
Okay, I thought it was just the 30-minute one-shot.
I watched Leon's and Claire's playthrough of it. Oh, man, it's so good.
The deal for me is that, like, I don't think that video games require a higher level of suspension of disbelief, but I think they require a higher level of focus for you to get everything out of them. But I think I don't think that it's technically being more engaged. It's just more interaction.
Yeah.
But engagement can still, like in Interstellar, or when I'm watching Interstellar, when I was watching this one as well, both Matthew McConaughey movies, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Both times I was just my eyes were glued to the screen and I couldn't think about anything else but the movie I was watching. And
which that's what movies do.
Right, yeah. I mean, but that's, I don't know if I would say it's a higher suspension of disbelief, because when you have a controller in your hands and you're, mowing down guys in Far Cry 3, you're just like, yep. I don't believe any of this is real. No. That guy has 6 polygons on his face.
Exactly.
But I don't know, man. But he said he wanted to. The way he got the idea for the movie was he went fishing with the person who was like actually obsessed with catching a particular fish, and then he was watching his kids play computer games, his words, and then mushed those things together.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad I didn't listen to this guy talk about the movie, because he makes it sound a whole lot less interesting than what I got out of it.
That's the thing. Yeah. It's like, man, I don't hate this movie, but it does have some really weird stuff. I was really waiting to see Baker Dill's brain in a jar, because I thought that maybe if it was a simulation, it was his brain still alive, being kept alive through this thing, and like his son was coming to see him at this place where they were doing this experiment or something. I don't know.
That would be a very interesting twist, because that would explain consciousness a little bit more,
right?
Even though it doesn't really explain it, but in the movie, like
right.
world, it would explain it, like why he was so much like himself. But yeah. But that would also be seen as inhumane. So,
I mean, look, I would rather just be a brain, because then I could shave all this weight.
Could you? Mm-hmm. Not if the program tells you don't.
Well, if they just take your brain out, then you don't have any of the other weight, so...
Yeah, but then you're not anything.
Doctors hate me because of that one weird trick.
Doctors hate him because he's just a brain.
And that's yucky.
Yeah.
I liked how the game would keep getting in the way of him killing Frank. Like, there were lots of different ways, and it was trying to be, like, subtle about it, and it was like, this has to make sense in the world that's established. And so one of the questions I had is because, like, they hinted previously he was in a war game, like this AI was, and then was transitioned. And so one of the questions I had is, do you think that his son is taking like games that already exist and then inputting the AI into it and changing the code from there, but using kind of this base?
He's just making games with his dad. Okay,
well then in that case, why is it a utopia where killing is super duper like frowned upon? If that was the whole point, was him... Well, no, we've already talked about that because of the morality of it.
The morality. The whole movie is about him trying to convince himself not to do it.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know how he waited so long. If someone was freaking beating my mom.
I know, right? I would have had a knife in that guy's chest a long time before that.
Outie. I'm sorry, brother.
I wouldn't be consulting Google. I might want to go, statute limitations. But then I kill the dude.
I say that, but I probably wouldn't kill a guy. But hey,
I mean, I'd at least call the police. Something. I mean, well, those situations are a lot more complicated than that.
Oh yeah,
I'm oversimplifying, but like, yeah, man, no. But as a kid, you're scared. What do you do?
Right.
Stab him in the chest with a knife.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know if I could have dealt with that situation when I was 13.
Yeah. 13's a tender age. A lot of people think I'm an adult because I'm 13. Nope. No, you're not.
That is true.
You're 17. Are you an adult?
Not quite yet.
Exactly.
Oh, actually, in Texas, I am. I can go to jail.
That's true. That's a fun story. So let's not dwell on it though. The world has rules that don't make any sense except to say, whatever, it's a video game. Like there's, I forget, I should have written down more notes on this, but there's definitely stuff in there that's just like, why is that happening? Oh, it's a video game. Okay, I guess I'll forget that weird thing.
I'll just, be okay with that. One thing I liked near the end was it made me start to question, like, once it was kind of like told that this is a game, there were certain parts in there that started making you question, is this really a game? or people messing with him.
Right, yeah.
Type. And I liked that, like, back and forth, because when they were on the beach with, like, the rules, and, like, he was talking, but he was, like, super drunk, it kept going back and forth with, like, the rules actually being there.
And then he would disappear.
He would be gone. I'd be like, wait a minute, is he, like, going back to, like, reality, and he's really not in the game, and he's just, like, crazy?
Right, yeah.
Like, it got cool, and, like, everything started making me question things, and it kept picking up, and I feel like that's what helped me, like, enjoy that conclusion of the movie so much, because
the pace definitely steps up there.
There were so many things going on, and I like when, there's multiple things going on, but it's not like the main focus. Like, they never once said, "Oh, isn't he, or isn't he?" You know?
Yeah.
It was always going towards that same main goal, but they also had other things going on that, like, really made you think. So
I like the idea of, like, the goal of killing Frank still being the main focus, like you said.
Yeah.
But then there's this layer of, is this a real thing or not? Like, and if it does it matter? Because to him, it's the only thing that is real. Yeah. So if his son wants him to do this thing, if he's created him for that reason, then he should do it, and that's a very real goal for him still.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it like the stakes are still real, and I was thinking about that while I was watching. I was like, if this is all a video game, none of this matters.
Yeah,
but it still feels like it matters, and I think that's the point. Is like it's an exploration of what is consciousness, what does it mean to actually be a person, and if it is all just a simulation, shouldn't you still chase that thing that you feel you should go after?
Yeah, that impulse.
But also, it has the idea that we should be governed by our impulses and our compulsions. And that is the opposite of morality. Morality is fighting against compulsions that normally lead you into terrible things.
Yeah.
So,
unless you have a compulsion to do great things.
Yes, but we don't, because we all suck. On some level, we all suck. It's in nature, man.
I don't know, man. Oprah's pretty awesome.
She gave everyone bees that one time. Nope, that was a GIF. It was Cars. My bad. Never mind.
Gave him Cars.
The Foley is pretty good in this movie.
Foley?
Yeah, like just the little sound effects and stuff. Like every time he lights a cigarette and stuff, it's clear, but it's not like...
it's always like...
It's in your face, So it's...
Bro, that hit me.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay, dude.
Here, I'll do it.
Thanks, bro.
Better? Cool. That's what this screen is for. It's not for pops. It's just a block.
Spit blocker.
I'm really sorry. Did you like a wet wipe?
No, it's fine. It just like hit my forehead, so I don't really care.
Cool. But it's... man, it's a weird duck of a film. I get why people don't like it.
I get why people don't like it either. Especially if they heard the director talk.
Yeah. But at the same time, I enjoyed it. I don't think I'll ever watch it again.
No.
But I didn't... It's not like when I watched The Predator and was like, this insults me for existing. Because The Predator is a god-awful film. Yeah. And this one, maybe it's a little confused about, kind of what point it's really trying to make in a couple places. Maybe it's not 100% focused.
Yeah. If the director had my brain, it would have been a much better movie.
I mean, that's essentially just saying what I would have done is different.
Nope.
No?
Everyone needs my brain.
I would love to have some of your brain in a jar on my desk, connected to an AI machine.
That machine would be sick.
It really would. Tell you what, when I buy your streaming PC, can I get your brain as well?
Yeah, sure. Let me just.
That way you can live switch for us while we go on.
Jesus.
All right. Also, if you want to know if the stars really believed in this movie, here's a quote from Anne Hathaway during an interview. She said, "Quote: We believe in the concept of Serenity because it's a concept we believe in."
Cool.
So if you can find a more nothing statement on the internet, I would love to know.
Hey,
what
it's
it was.
Anne Hathaway.
But that is that sentence means nothing.
True. Hey, the whole point of statements like that is just to make you believe what you want to.
It's a dumb trick.
It is a dumb trick, but that's literally like 99% of words or like anything on Earth when they like try to get you to believe in yourself or anything like that. It's always just nice empty words.
See, I'm smart. Getting me to believe in myself has never worked.
It's because everything is just a whole bunch of nothing. Everything starts today.
But
you can't look backwards if you're always looking forward.
Actually, so I wasn't going to bring this up, but just as a point, because you say everything starts today. I have to fundamentally disagree with you on that.
On what?
Because history started a long time ago, and Anne Hathaway was interviewed about some of the scenes, and she said basically they asked like, "What's that like?"
Yeah,
and she talked about it a little bit, but one of the things she said was, "I don't feel lucky that I work with these guys because this should be the standard, but I appreciate that before Time's Up, before the Me Too movement was so front and center as it is now, thank God, before they were required to be gentlemen, they were gentlemen because they shot this before all that stuff happened."
Okay.
I get what she's saying, but at the same time, the idea that people weren't required to be gentlemen before 2017, that's ridiculous. There's just bad people working in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's bad people everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But in Hollywood, it is a little bit more rampant.
Well,
it attracts a certain type of personality.
Well, you have to have a certain type of personality to make it, pretty much, because you got to go through a lot of crap, most likely. So the bad ones are usually the strongest ones.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which is why I still live in Central Texas.
Me too.
Cool. So 2 weak-willed men have reviewed Serenity, and I think we could end the review portion of the podcast there.
There we go.
Cool.
I'm gonna change my
Oh, you're giving it a different rating?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a bad.
Okay.
Because the director didn't believe what I believed in, and that means I'm just reaching, and if I'm just
that's my job as a youth pastor.
Yeah. So gotta give it a bad. If he was feeling something different about this game, then yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a guy who doesn't understand video games talking about video games and making a movie about video games and then not understanding it still. So
yeah.
So weird strange movie. I'm not upset that I watched it. I'm upset that I watched a couple of parts of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, not the worst thing I've ever watched. So that's a win, I would say, for a January film.
Yeah.
But everyone else on the internet says this is the worst movie of 2019. Nothing will be worse than it.
Hey, we'll see.
I have my doubts.
Me too. I think there's going to be some worse movies.
All right. Well, then I guess that brings us to the end of another episode of Roll Sound.
Yeah, it does.
So now...
time for this great rule you made up and
yes.
won't change for some reason.
I'm going to change the music, though.
That's good.
You'll be happy about that.
It's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. No, the goat thing's staying. Because I can't remember where it started, and that makes it just so much fun for me to go, why am I doing this? I don't know, but it's tradition.
Hey, tradition is great,
Mm-hmm.
But is it fun for your viewers? Ask them.
I think so. Let's ask everyone in chat after we say goodbye to people on the podcast. Don't
ask my chat.
But first, we got to say goodbye like a goat. So, Ian.
Yo, goodbye.
Goodbye.